Hey guys, how the hell are you? Welcome to this week's or tonight's late night agenda. I am of course your host Craig. We're going to have a little delve into everything Liverpool related over the next couple of hours and see what you guys want to have a chat about. Obviously we've got Mo Salah, we will be talking about him. We've the Dejan Lovren incident, a lot of people wondering what the hell's going on there. We'll most certainly be addressing that one as well. But as always guys, we say this every time we come on here, this is your show. You tell us what you want to talk about and we'll do it, because we're here to please you. Cheesy as fuck, but it's the truth. It's your show. We keep saying it. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So let's have a look. The chat's filling up already. We've got Liverpool fan Damo, Joseph Jr., LFC Owen Sheriff, World Class, El Chapo, Aaron. People dropping in and out already. How are you guys? Welcome. Great to see you all. Thank you for coming back. Dennis Smith is in. Frankie, Robert Coggins, Killer for Hire. Colin. I keep saying Killer for Hire. It's Kill for Hire, Craig. Get that right. Welcome guys, great to have you all back with us. How's your day been? I've had a pretty good, quiet, non-eventful day, which is nice for a change. Still trying to figure out the events of last night, but it looks like we've got to the bottom of them. But it's not about me guys, this is about Liverpool Football Club. It's your show, tell me what you want to have a chat about. Lots of people, I can already see the word Salah going through the chat there. So Richard is in, Luke, Jimmy, good evening to you all. Our very own Connor is in, he's in like a nonce. He's in like a nonce already saying, hit that like button if Rob Wiley isn't, or Wiley is a nonce. Connor's our own little nonce, aren't you Connor? Our little nonce. I'm the little egg, you're the little nonce. There you go. That's how we're going to phrase this one. Every time Connor doesn't come on, or doesn't jump on a stream, I'm going to just take the piss out of him for an hour or two, because I feel like it's good payback. But anyway guys, as I keep saying, this is your show, so let me have a look. Again, a lot of people not very happy with this gentleman, and I don't know this guy, this Rob guy. So I don't feel it's right for me to comment on him. I don't know him. So, but what I will have a chat about when you guys are ready, or if it's what you guys want to start off talking about, is of course the whole incident around Mohamed Salah. For me, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. From what I know about the situation, of course I'll never know all the ins and outs of it because I wasn't there. From what I gather, he was in his car. People approached the car, whether that be children, adults, I'm unaware who it was, a bit of both by the looks of it. So people approached his car. Mo was either told not to wind down the windows or not to interact with people. So he politely looked like he was embarrassed. He was trying to look away. Picked up his phone. Big mistake. Be honest about it, it's a mistake. But at the same time, yes, nobody can deny that having your phone in your hand while in charge of a motor vehicle is not against the law. None of us can say it isn't. But come on. There is more things to get pissed off about in this world than somebody that's stuck in traffic and isn't moving, having their phone in the right hand and glancing down. I mean, Jesus Christ. Sky Sports News ran a story about it. My Twitter feed has been full of it all day. It's just ridiculous. Just get over it. There's many, many more things. I could give you 50 more things going on in the world that would have much more reason to get you annoyed than this. So for anybody that's getting on Mo Salah's back, and of course I'm not for 1 second saying that any of our guys in here, any of the Liverpool fans are, it's fucking ridiculous. It's just rival fans being absolute idiots, and the media once again looking to stick the boot in. As I've said, we cannot defend anybody having their phone in their hand while in charge of a motor vehicle. We can be honest about it and say that we probably all fucking do it occasionally. I know I certainly have been guilty of it numerous times. I've been caught for, I've got penalty points for it before as well, so I'm no better. I put my hands up. I've done it incorrectly. In traffic, I must say, in traffic, I've never done it while baiting on the motorway at 70 miles an hour, but it still doesn't make it right. But then the outrage that goes with it is complete fucking garbage. Absolute garbage. There's so many more things in the world happening that deserve our outrage than this. So I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on it, and now of course I'll go back in and get your opinions on it and see how you guys feel about it. Luke says thanks for the content, Craig. Robert said, do you think anything will happen with Salah? No mate, I don't. I mean, what can happen? Worst case scenario, points, maybe a fine, I don't know. Either way, it's not going to affect Mo's life. With regards to the incident, if I'm not stopping for the kids from that side of it, fuck off. It's ridiculous. And I'm not saying fuck off to you, buddy. No, not at all. Apologies there. I mean, fuck off for the whole incident. It's ridiculous. We all know what Mo Salah is like. We've seen Mo Salah spend hours and hours and hours with young people, signing autographs, taking pictures, donating stuff, giving money to charity. I mean, it's ridiculous for people to to post and say that it wasn't right from the stop for the kids. I can understand why people are 2 out of 10 annoyed about the phone thing, but not enough to fucking start a Twitter war over it. Like, it's ridiculous. I've seen people falling out on the timeline all day today from different sides of this. It's absolutely lunacy. There's so many more important things we could be talking about. I want to have a chat about Dejan Lovren in a little bit as well. I did a bit of research on this situation because it's something that kept popping up. So I said I better get myself a bit up to speed on it. So I had a little look into that. I'm surprised the subscribers didn't go back up. The reason, Marlon, is that it was a purge of YouTube purging inactive accounts. So it had nothing to do with anybody not liking what we were doing, thank God. Because that was what was killing me last night. I was racking my brain saying, did I say something last night that offended 60 people? But no, thankfully it was just YouTube purging inactive accounts, and that's why they went down. They felt steady, and they all happened in one go pretty much. So thankfully that was the case for that anyway. Mo was saying he's done nothing wrong. Our very own Mo Salah saying he's done nothing wrong. Dave is in. Dave, how are you, sir? Great to have you on. Rival fans are saying a lot of horrible things about Salah and Liverpool. Let them keep saying it though. Let them keep saying it. We have got Mo's back. We all have Mo's back. We love Mo Salah. If you don't love Mo Salah, even as an outsider, then you want to give up. If you don't think Mo Salah is a perfect role model for children or for young people, then give up. Honestly, I mean, I can say it about other teams' players. I think Juan Mata is a tremendous human being. Absolutely brilliant human being. He does so many good things. The majority of footballers are lovely people, to be fair. Particularly around kids and spending time signing stuff with them. Sometimes they just can't do it for whatever reason, whether it's the club saying to them, come on guys, we have to move on, whether they're just having a bad day. I mean, we're all human as well at the end of the day. We all get pissed off from time to time. We're all having a bad day. We might have fallen out with our missus. The kids might have fallen and hurt themselves. You could be a little bit worried about that. Anything can happen. So it's never fair to judge anybody on one incident. And in this particular incident, it's not even like he shunned the kids. I mean, people are getting pissed off because what? Because he didn't go like this? That's fucking ridiculous, guys. It's just ridiculous. Wayne said, I'm so excited now to be a Liverpool fan. It's a beautiful time, Wayne. It really is. The only downside is that we have to wait till next Monday to see the Reds go and play Crystal Palace. It feels like a long time away. But it's like a treat at the end of the week, isn't it, that we can look forward to? Although it's pretty much the start of next week, so not even the end of the week. LFC owns that I hope Mo is available for Palace. He will be. He definitely. This is something and nothing, guys. From a legal standpoint as well, this is nothing. He hasn't done anything except get caught on his phone, if that's the case. Worst case scenario, he gets points for being caught on his phone. Obviously, I'm Irish. I'm unaware of what the fine or what the points are in the UK, because I ain't there. But natural opinion, mate. I have promised that I will no longer talk about this gentleman, so I will just have to zip over your comment, my friend. They were harassing me and I had to ignore them as I was advised not to engage with them, said our own Mo. A picture of Pogba I saw on Twitter driving the car with the phone in his hand. Mate, I was saying this to Connor earlier on. So you guys know occasionally Sky Sports reporters or BBC reporters or whatever stations reporters often stand outside clubs' training grounds and stuff. Whether they're reporting on a player who's injured or whether they're reporting on transfers, whatever it is. And you often see players zipping in and out. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've seen a player on his phone. Even if it's holding it like this in his hand or just leaning like this, going in and out, in and out. Never anything made of it. Of course not, because there's no agenda behind it. There's nobody pushing something to be made about it. We've all seen it. We've all seen this happen. People driving in and out of the training grounds on their phones, whether it be transfer deadline day, whatever it is. Nothing's ever said about it. I think I've seen Harry Redknapp do it about 50 times on his phone over the years, so don't mind this faux outrage. It's absolute nonsense. Particularly people trying to push kids into this situation. That's what makes me really sick about it. Whether they're saying... So I've seen Connor, for instance. Connor got into a conversation on Twitter with somebody about this. I think it may have been one of the people whose children were involved. I could be incorrect on that. I think it was. So Connor was saying his part and she was saying her part. And then she said, don't you dare talk about my daughter. So the whole thing is around, if her daughter's included in this, by the way, is around her fucking daughter being one of the children there. And Connor's point was, Well, it's not really okay for kids to be pushed out in front of traffic or walk out in front of traffic to try and get these autographs. So you can't complain about your kid being shunned over here and then over here not want your kid to be part of the conversation. These people are absolute planks. They just want outrage for the sake of outrage. It's nuts. It's unbelievable and pathetic, says Neil. He's getting more stick than Rooney did for drink driving. It's just jealousy and trying to bring out our player and club down. Liverpool fan said Liverpool fan, you've told me your name is Will, said it's 6 points in the UK for driving on your phone, but it'll probably just be a fine. Bobby got a driving ban, and that was the most severe. Didn't Bobby get a driving ban though for drink driving, to be fair? I don't think his ban had anything to do with his phone. I think he was done for being over the limit. People are so petty sometimes. The guy was with his family, says James. Great icon, said Kill for Hire. Damn, not getting notifications. Sorry I'm late, says Farrell. Buddy, we're only on a couple of minutes. And never apologise. I keep saying to you guys, it's a pleasure to have you on here. Don't ever feel like you've got to come on and apologise. If anything, I owe you an apology. So while I have so many of you on here, let me just take a moment to say, at times on here, I can get a little bit heated, as you know. I can go off on little tangents. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they probably aren't fun. So what I want to say is apologies to everybody if I played the this is the last time I'll say the word, but I have to say it to describe what I'm saying, the Gark situation to death. I'll no longer mention the gentleman's name. I'll no longer be bringing him up. I'll no longer be talking about that channel. I feel it's only right to just concentrate on Liverpool, try and be positive, project positivity out there, have a bit of fun along the way. So again, I apologise if I've gone on about it too much and I've annoyed some people in the chat about it. It's never been my intention. But, you know, sometimes I said I am passionate, so sometimes that runs over. So yeah, quick apology. Maybe I didn't even need to apologise, but I just, you know, I respect everybody in our chat, so I just want to be upfront. Craig, can you drink really slowly? Joe, are you still thinking about this? Okay, I'll do it once. Here we go. I'll have a go at it now. It mightn't be any use, but here we go. There you go. That was my best attempt. I'm not doing it again. That's about the 10th time you've asked. What's happening with Mo? Nothing, hopefully, mate. It's just Havoc plays ass that. It's just more nonsense. People just trying to have, I call it faux outrage, like fake outrage. It's just, people like to be outraged for the sake of being outraged. A lot of the time, it's ridiculous. If this was Alberto Moreno or somebody, there'd be nothing about it. It pisses me off the way everybody jumps on board the mob mentality. Yes, Mick. Well said, sir. Very well put there, mate. Completely agree with you. Lambeg Loyalist is in. Hello, mate. How are you? Great night, all. Very happy man. Thomas Boland says, "Wise up, you gaffed fucker. No apology needed." Shaky hand, mate. I know. I'll be the first to admit that. I cannot keep my hand still. So you're spot on with that one. There's no reason behind it. No medical reason behind it. I just can't do it. Will carpool karaoke be pulled up as unsafe next? Said Johnny Longlegs. Maybe so, mate. Not fully concentrating on the road. About as slow as Ricky Lambert drinking that, Craig. That was the point. I was giving it my best shot. We all have our moment in the sun. Ricky Lambert had his at Anfield, so that was my moment in the sun. Will said, Craig, my uncle was the traffic officer who had to visit Bobby's house to speak to him over the driving ban, and he went to speak to him, he got to sign a shirt for me. Do you know what I mean? See, that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. The officer had to do his job. Clearly, your uncle in that circumstance, and you know you don't ever complain to anybody over them doing their job. So it just goes to show you what type of a person that Firmino is. That he was willing to do that as well in a situation that would be horrible for the rest of us to experience in life. So So I mean, fair play to him. And fair play to your uncle, because it's probably what we all would have done, to be honest. Craig, you're like a sloth in a bar. I can't stand Pogba's personality, so full of himself. Fits right in at Manchester United, said Kill for Hire. Just seeing the hate Salah is getting is pissing me off, said Louis. The English press are brutal, says El Chapo. Fake outrage by fake newspapers, or by fake news newspapers, says Dirty Girl. Can we get Albi Moreno to take most points? He probably would do it as well, because Albi looks like a sound fella. The only point Salah will be getting is 3 next Monday at Palace. Boom, Mickey. Straight in, mate. Well done, sir. They're the only points anyone gives a fuck about. Well in, Mickey. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Raptor. The Raptor is in the building. These rival fans are scared shitless of this team, and they've shown it all the way. Petty, disgraceful bullshit. All an effort wasted, said Far Isle. Ebony? You're really funny, said Joe Smith. I really am it, mate, I promise you. I really am it. I'm a pain in the arse, especially to live with. So hopefully we'll never have to live together, and you'll never have to live through that. Hit that like button if Salah is innocent, says El Chapo. Perfect, mate. Well in. As you said, guys, hit that like button. If you've just joined, do hit that subscribe button. We're going to try and get ourselves back to 3,200 subscribers because of what happened last night. So if you are watching, do hit that subscribe button. Be part of the solution, because this time there is actually a problem. So be part of that solution, you absolute legends, and hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, guys, if you're already in the chat. Shane 1972 said, "Hiya Craig, how many league games do you see Liverpool losing this season?" We can't afford to lose any more than 3 or 4 realistically and still be in with a title challenge. So I'm gonna say 4, and if we can keep our draws to a minimum, I mean, we're going to draw games. There's no sure thing, but I'd like to see us lose no more than 4 if we're going to make a title challenge, mate. So I'm going to go with 4. Charlene is in. Good evening, Charlene. Great to have you with us. Everyone on Twitter equals hates Liverpool, says Louis. So you know what? Today I went on to Twitter, and as I told you guys before, I set up a personal account, but it was on private. But there were so many people that wanted to get in touch, so I said, right, for one day, I'm going to take my Twitter account off private, which will allow people to retweet the tweet. So I put out a tweet saying, look, here's my personal account. If anybody wants to get in touch, you can do so here. Feel free to share this tweet. And I've been shit myself all day that people I don't want following me are going to be able to see my tweets for the day that I've taken my account off private. So I'm counting on the hours so I can put it back onto private, because I don't like being open to some of the stuff on Twitter. It's one of the reasons I left Twitter pretty much, is because it can be a cesspool on there at times. What happened last night, says Andre? Nothing, mate. We got a bit worried. We lost 60 subscribers in like 2 seconds last night. It just happened while on stream. But what happened was YouTube were purging inactive accounts. So it was nothing we did wrong, or we hadn't offended anybody. Nobody just suddenly decided we were shit and decided to leave. But it got me a little bit freaked. United fans are just bitter, says Louis. SOS from Thomas Boland. Save our Salah. Salah has donated his 6 points to the Man United Health Foundation, said Neil Anthony. Dennis Smith said, "How's your son, Craig?" He's doing very well, thank you, mate. He's having a great summer. He's having lots of fun. The good weather has been brilliant. Been able to get him out and about a bit more. Just looking forward to his holidays. So apart from that, mate, he's doing very well. Thank you for asking, and I hope your son's doing well as well. I love the questions that he sends in, by the way, so let him know anytime he has a question. I will do my best to answer it for him. How many of City's players would get in our starting 11? Callum Oliver wants to know. It's a good question, mate. Let's see. De Bruyne, look, let's be honest. De Bruyne will be in there like a light. I wouldn't have Walker in. I know he's ridiculously pacey and stuff, but I wouldn't have him in, not if we were playing him as a full-back. Going through the team, none of their centre-backs. I would have said the goalkeeper before we signed Alisson, so no, don't want the goalkeeper. Aguero is lethal, there's no denying that, but who do you take out of our team to put him in there? I would say there probably should be a place for Aguero, because he's very, very, very good, and Leroy Sané, even though he can't get in the Manchester City 11 a lot of the time, I would have in there as well. So 4, I'd say, maybe, if I sat down with a pen and paper and worked this out. But I'd still feel like I'm being harsh. And I feel like I'm being harsh with Manchester City as well, because to be fair, they're obviously a very, very good team. But yeah, I'd say 4. Any guests on tonight, says Dirty Girl? No, not tonight. We're recording a lot of content this week, a lot of content. So I'm trying to give people a couple of days off to get ready, because there's so much coming up. Yeah, so I do apologise if you're hoping somebody was coming on tonight, but no, it's just me, I'm afraid. Hopefully Ben Woodburn sees it and offers it to him. I'd love him so much, said Charlene. I hope you can get that one sorted, Charlene. I will contact me actually again, Charlene, on the Anfield Agenda account, and I will put a shout out again, a separate one, to see if we can sort that one out. Not saying I can, she's not saying it might make any difference, but of course I just want to help if I can. Vinny was asking what happened last night. I think I've already explained that one, so hopefully you heard me anyway. If you didn't, just put it back in the chat and I'll explain again later on. God, busy in the chat tonight, guys. Great to see so many of you in. Thank you very much. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button though, guys, if you're just in for the first time. And if you're already in, you know what to do by now. Smash that thumbs up button. Me too, Craig, said Peter Sweeney. Pogba's not happy. Where'd that one go? Pogba not happy and nothing will be gone by January. United need to worry about themselves. He could be gone by this month. I doubt it, but technically it's still a possibility. All we can do is keep our fingers crossed. Joseph said, I done the website thing last night, Craig. It's looking class. Thank you very much. And that reminds me, Joseph, so thank you for that one. We mentioned yesterday that we've been inundated with people going on to set up their membership. And I mean, like 10, I said this yesterday, 10 times more than we expected. So Connor's been working his backside off to make sure, the chat and stuff doesn't crash. So still open, it's still there. So if you haven't gone on yet, do jump on, make up your free membership, anfieldagenda.com. I'm sure Connor will smash the actual link into the chat there somewhere. Anfieldagenda.com. There is a specific link for the membership, but I'm not that technically minded. So just go onto the website, click the menu. There is a membership section. Just click on that. Set up your free membership. So all you need to do that is your email address and create your own unique password. Once there, then what do you get? Well, you get access to the chat room and more stuff that we're working on with regards to chat and interacting with people. You will get some private streams. So we're going to do a couple of streams a month maybe for just members. So what we might do is we might take it in groups. So we might email a quarter of our members and do it with them. So we might only have 40 or 50 people in the stream. So everybody will get a chance to get their questions answered, interact with us. You'll also get to have a chance to come on phone-ins after games. So we'll do our post-match show. We'll bring you guys into phone-ins. We will have members-only offers. So if we strike up a deal, for instance, with, let's just say JD Sports off the top of my head. If we were to strike up a deal with JD Sports or we could get you guys a discount, then of course that will go to our members. You'll probably get a discount off any merchandise we put up there as well. We'll try and work on partnerships with other brands to get you guys good deals. We're going to work on a lot of stuff, and this membership is of course going to be 100% free. Also, Connor has put up a few quizzes on the site as well, and he's working on another one. So just another reason to go on there, visit the site, have a bit of fun, see what score you get. Of course, once you get your score, put it into the member section, see if anybody can beat it. We're all just about trying to make this a community, guys. Give everybody a chance to come together, because I'm only on here a few hours a night. We only produce so much content. But if you're like me, you want Liverpool stuff 24/7. So jump on there, anfieldagenda.com. As I said, we've been inundated. And I mean, what I thought we were going to get in a month, we got in the first 3 days. That's the figures we're talking about. Like, it was crazy. So jump on there, anfieldagenda.com, and sort out your free membership. If Liverpool finish in the top 4 from now until Klopp leaves, but the club don't win silverware, would you be disappointed, Craig? Honest answer, yes. Shane, I would, to be fair. You have to allow a manager time to build and to create his own squad. I think we've given Klopp that time. I think he's getting to that stage now where he can look at this team or this squad and go, you know what, this is mine. So from here on out, and including this season, I'm expecting us to make a real push at things. And of course we did last year. We got to a Champions League final. I would consider that ahead of schedule, if I'm being honest. So I think he did excellently last year. Could have finished better, we know. But yeah, I think he's on the right track. But if he was to leave, and as you said, we got Champions League football every year, but didn't win anything, yes, mate, I would be disappointed. And I don't ever want to feel disappointed in Jurgen Klopp. How many games will City lose? Well, you've got 2 against us, so that's 2. 3. I'm going to go 4 or 5, maybe 4 or 5. They have to lose more this season. Teams have to put up a better fight against them. How many games last year did they salvage it really late? They went through that run of games where they were winning games at the death over and over again. So I'm hoping that they drop more points. Clearly I am, but it's just all guesswork at this stage, obviously. Troy is in. Troy, hello mate, great to have you. Are those eyebrows painted on? Says Adam. No mate, these are the real deal. I've been working on these my entire life. These are top notch, full on fur eyebrows. You dream about these type of eyebrows, mate. Bernardo Silva is good, as is Sane, said Dirty Girl. I do love Kevin De Bruyne, but he's the only one I take out of our 11. Love the team we have, as do I. I really do. I look at that 11 now and just go, ooh, that'll do, that'll do. Alisson, Trent, Virgil, Robertson, Keita, Fabinho, Ox, Salah, Firmino, Mane would all get into the Manchester City team, says Imran. Will Salah go to jail? Absolutely not. Not a hope in hell is he going anywhere near jail. It's the worst that can happen is he'll get points for being caught on his mobile phone. That's it. He didn't do anything else illegal. Joe said, I'm going to try and get... where's that gone? Sorry, that just disappeared off my screen. Where's Joe's message gone? Where's his message gone? Sorry, my screen just literally just flicked and jumped. And I want to get back because I started reading Joe's message, so... Sorry for the silence, guys. I cannot for the life of me find where we were. Okay, so we got that one. Okay, now I have it. There we go. Joe said, I'm going to try and get in the Liverpool squad. I'm going to try and get in the Liverpool squad for you, Craig, so we can win the league. You go, Joe, mate. Go. I fully believe you'll get there, mate. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Follow your dreams. Chase your dreams, buddy. And when you do get there, don't forget about the old bald egg here that had full belief in you all the way, my friend. Danny Murphy said only Salah and Virgil van Dijk would get into City's team. Yeah, good man, Danny. Fair play to Danny and his top level opinions. Andrade says, I don't understand anything going on with Lovren. Can you explain, Craig? Right, I did say I did do a bit of research on this one. So what's going on with Lovren is that apparently he's had this abdominal injury throughout last season as well. Jurgen Klopp has said that he had the pain last year, but with the recovery times he had in between games, he was able to manage the pain and get through the season. Obviously, with the amount of games he had in a short period at the World Cup, a lot of 120-minute games as well, you know, a lot of his games went to extra time and stuff, he hasn't quite had that recovery time and he's been overstrained. So, from what I gather, he started back training today. We may look at a week or two, maybe 3 max out, but it is an ongoing issue. So, it's nothing he's hidden from the club. It's nothing that nobody knew about. He might have underplayed how sore it was, perhaps. I don't know. Just guessing. But it's an injury that Klopp already knew about. So it's nothing to worry about by the sounds of it. It's something that the club know already existed. Lara said, good night, need to go to sleep, damn work. Good night, mate, and thank you for joining us. I hate the echo. Always negative, says Louis. The Revenite said, I'm glad you put that in your little it's ridiculous to media trying to make a fake news story out of this and fans getting grasping at straws. It is ridiculous, mate. It's fucking crazy. And not from our fans, by the way, I have to say. I've yet to see any of our fans jump on Mo's back about it. Or maybe I'm just being, lucky with who I have in my timeline. But as I said, I haven't seen anybody from our side say anything other than, of course, he shouldn't have been on his phone. None of us can say anything other than that because that's the law. We can say we've done it ourselves occasionally. We can say others have done it, but it still doesn't make it right. So from that sense, if he gets penalty points and a fine, he has to accept it. But it's something that happens thousands and thousands of times a day. I have no doubt, up and down the UK and Ireland, and probably everywhere else that has the same rules. Mane is better than Sané, said Louis. Probably is at this moment, but Sané is going to be some player, mate. He really is. I think he's going to be one of the top 10 players in the world when he gets to the age of 25, 26. I think he's brilliant. But of course, Mane is brilliant as well. Liverpool's number 10. 2 goals in the first game. A smile like that as well. Lighten up anyone's life. Jared says, hiya Craig. Hello mate, thank you for joining us. Mane is the best left winger in the league. Is he a left winger, really? He's one of a forward 3 that plays on the left but often drifts into the centre. I think maybe we're stretching to call him a left winger, particularly because his favourite side is the right, and obviously with Salah coming in he's had to push over to the left, but he's definitely one of the best forwards in the league. I'll definitely go with you on that one. Hope Salah doesn't get 100 years in prison, said Imran Khan. I'm sure he's got a good lawyer, mate. I'm sure he can wrangle that 100 years in prison down to a fine and a couple of penalty points. Robbo's the best left back in the league, defo. Mendy is good, but he played like 3 games. Yeah, do you know what? I have to give it to Mendy though. Even when he did his ACL, or he picked up that injury, he was brilliant. I mean, he just looked like he was having fun in life. He didn't complain about it. He got on with it. He was great on social media. So fair play to him. I like people with a positive outlook, and he certainly seems to have one. Did you see James Milner's stats? Which one in particular? Because he's so many stats that are impressive. Like, I've seen his percentage of passes. I think he's something like 94% pass completion rate in the game. But yeah, Milner just keeps smashing records, doesn't he? He's just amazing. 32 years of age and he's playing like a kid. On the Salah thing, Anthony said, people just need to learn respect and boundaries. I agree, mate. If I was in a restaurant with my family and I seen Kenny Dalglish with his family having a meal, I wouldn't go near him. The man's having a meal with his family. Now, if Kenny got up to walk to the toilet or something, then maybe I might just, try and intercept him on the way. But if he's sitting down with his family or he's there with his wife, I'm not going near him. The man deserves some downtime as well. That's a private family moment. I'm not going to interfere in it. Same goes if someone's sitting in their car in traffic, by the way. It's nuts. It's crazy that people are getting outraged about it. I mean, by all means, chance your arm occasionally. If you're in a car next to somebody, just give them a little wave or something, of course. But to get outraged over it is just ridiculous. We wanted Mendy before he joined City, said Junior. I'm sure we probably did. I'm sure a lot of clubs did, mate. He's a very good footballer. We've got the best front 3, the best keeper, the best centre back, and the best midfielder, said Kill for Hire. Milner is a machine, says Dame. Oh, he is. He's absolute quality. Connor said, we've had 10 times more than we expected sign up to the membership because we've got 10 members. We only expected one of you fuckers to actually come and join it, but loads of you have, so there you go. Cat's out of the bag now. We've had 10 whole members now. Trust me, the numbers are nuts. The numbers, I mean, those numbers we're talking, think of amount of Connor's Tommy Tanks during his life. That's what type of numbers we're talking about here, folks. Louis said, I don't care if Pogba isn't going anywhere, he's shit, end of. Yeah, he's better, but we haven't seen enough of Mendy yet in the Premier League. Hi Craig, do you think Mourinho will be sacked before next season? It's not, I suppose you're asking for my opinion so I can give it, but I don't know about sacked. I think he won't be there, perhaps. I don't know, you know the way these things are done these days, they don't really like to say sack, they like to say mutual consent, don't they? But I would say I'd lean towards him not being there next season more than him being there. But of course, look, I don't have any inside information on Manchester United, but what I do hope, they continue to struggle obviously and look like the thing's falling apart. That I'm all over, happy as a pig in shite about that one. Jared said, my name is Colin. I'll try to remember that one, Jared. Thank you. I always do try and remember people's names if they give me their real names. Paul says you look like a Sunday League goalie in that colour, Craig. It's a good shout, Paul. I told you guys before, I have this t-shirt like in, I think 12 or 13 different colours. And I do like bright colours. I mean, sometimes I come on here in relatively calm stuff for me. I do like wearing bright shit. So yeah, and I probably would have worn this back in my days as a younger keeper and that as well. So it's a good shout, Paul. I'll take Robbo over Mendy. Not a dig at Mendy because he's superb, but Robbo has my heart. I think I'm right with you. Robbo is just quality, isn't he? How can you not love Andy Robertson? What's this Alec Mahmood saying? Oh, he's just gone for the whole Liverpool 30 years, no Premier League. Ha ha ha, glory glory Man United. 28 years, dickhead, but who's counting? Damo said, glad you paid attention to your 10 times tables, Connor. That's the only one he knows, Damo. He's just showing off now. Is it wrong that I used to have a favourite times table, by the way? 7, 8, 56 was always my favourite one. I don't know if anybody else had a favourite multiplication or times tables as we call them. But this weirdo certainly did. Sivan says, wankers, a lot of them who are harassing Mo, not real fans. Fuck them. Sivan, mate, fuck him indeed. But you are right, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I would feel embarrassed if something my child was a part of caused that reaction. I would feel embarrassed and feel like I needed to apologise on behalf of our family. But I wouldn't be putting my child in that position, to be fair. Well, I've done an advert for it, mate. It's uploading to WeTransfer as I type. Be with you in about 10 minutes. An advert for the website. I'm so looking forward to this one, Raptor. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this one. Craig's Pepe's twin. His fat twin. No, defo the fat twin anyway. Any betting advice, Craig? Funny you mentioned that. Another winner there today before I came on. A €13 accumulator that came into it for 170. I was very chuffed about that one. It was only a 14 bet as well, or a 4-game accumulator. Any betting advice? The only betting advice I would ever give anybody is don't be greedy. Don't go for the once in a lifetime bets. There's nothing wrong with small gains a lot. Small wins over and over again are, to me, how you make money from betting. Some people have won £1 million putting it on mad money. For me, I ask myself every single time I put a bet on, do I firmly believe this is going to win? And if I don't answer yes, I don't put the bet on. That's the way I've always done it. I only started betting around 2 years ago. I don't want to say what I've made in betting over those 2 years because it's, it's crass to talk about money at times. But I started out with €100. I put €100 into a betting account. Started out there, and let's just say I haven't had to go back to that account since to put any more money in it. So yeah, it's been quite good. But that's my advice. Don't be greedy. Try and be sensible. Back as many home teams as you can, and try to not back the big, or try and only back the big boys away from home. That's kind of the only tips I have. Oh, and I've also never bet on a draw. That's the other thing I've never done. Even though there's loads of them every week, I've never bet on one. Troll City, said Dave Trainer. Connor, very much looking forward to the Raptors advert. As am I can't wait to see it. Best bet is don't bet, said Dave Trainer. Absolutely, if betting's not for you, then do not start. I mean, I don't encourage anybody to go on and bet. It's not my place to do so. I was simply answering the gent's question. Oh, no, not going to have a chat about that one. I'll bypass that question. I think Connor has already sorted that one. No, again, somebody just talking about the gentleman who was trolling us, so we'll skip past that. Was Mo's phone screen even on though? I don't know, is the honest answer, mate. He had the phone in his right hand. It looked like it was on his lap almost. and he was touching the screen or buttons. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. That guy laughing at us when he was talking about us not winning the Premier League. A lot of people think football was only invented in 1992, guys. You've got to remember that when dealing with some of these trolls. Didn't exist before the Premier League. Klopp has now built his own squad of players. He's profiled. It's on, said Anthony. I like that. It's on. Defo. It's on. I'm going to keep saying that, man. It's on. Did anybody see the video of the so-called fan when he was saying shit about Mo? Can't say I have personally, Liam. No, because I've tried to stay away from this issue because I'm not giving it any time. I'll give you guys, of course, I'll talk about it in here, but on social media, man, I'm not giving it any time. I'm not giving these dickheads the airtime. Louis said, I only go up once a year, but most United fans haven't even been to a football match. That boy Anto said, I've just joined. Thank you very much, Anto. Welcome. I'm not sure if you're talking about the website or here, but either way, mate, welcome. And thank you for joining us. The league will be fearing us more than City come Christmas, said Kill for Hire. Do you know what, to be fair, guys, it's probably the tagline for this show that got people coming in about Mo and stuff, so. But you guys know what to say about this. Fuck them. Fuck opposition fans who want to come in and have a dig. We're only here to talk about the Reds. That's all we care about. To those people as well that are just joining us, thank you, and you're very welcome along to tonight's show. We hope you come back. We hope you're enjoying yourself. And do hit that subscribe button, guys. And for those of you already in here, already subscribed, do smash that thumbs up button. Guys, I just want to stick the Patreon details into the chat as well. So you've seen the website now. You've seen that it's up and running. That was fully funded by you guys. That was fully funded by the amazing people that have supported us here since we've started. An update on the YouTube stuff. We have reapplied. So fingers crossed this time around YouTube approve us for monetization and we can become fully self-funded. Until that happens, and I'm not sure how long that will be. It'll be weeks anyway. If anybody does want to jump on and donate to us to help us keep this show on the road, you can do so at patreon.com/Anfield Agenda, and I've just thrown it into the chat there now. So yeah, I won't mention that one again, but it is there in the chat. Where else have we got? Just registered on the website, Craig. Things moving fast on here, and I love it. Bringing the fucking Reds community together, connecting the worldwide fans. Paul Gormley, thank you, mate. We're trying to push things along as quick as we can while trying to maintain some quality in what we're doing. We don't want to roll everything out too fast. If we were to show you the list of stuff me and Connor have for once and stuff we want to roll out and move forward with, you'd think we were crazy. But one step at a time, try and make small increases, do stuff well, and see how we get on. That's kind of where we're going with this. But it seems to be going well so far. So thank you for joining us, all of you. We hope you continue to join us on this journey because, as Paul said, we're trying to bring Reds together. We're trying to form a community. Think of this as a co-op. I suppose that's probably the best way of describing this. This isn't a money-making venture by anyone. This is a community thing to try and push more Reds together in a safe environment to talk about the Reds, troll-free as well, which is important to me because nothing pisses me off more than going on and just having to deal with trolls going on and on and on social media if you're trying to have a chat with somebody about a subject. So again, that's what we're trying to do, and that's the reason behind the membership on the website. So we didn't just make the website and decide, oh, let's make people members because we want to feel great. The reason behind the membership is purely to stop trolls being able to get into the chat, because if we see a troll in there, we can find the email address, we can boot them out, we can block the IP address, job done. They won't be coming back. That's the reason behind the membership, and the only reason behind the membership, if I'm being honest. Sorry, skipped again. Let me just go back up. Forget man trolls, they don't even know where Old Trafford is, said Mickey. Is El Chapo headed off? Good night, mate. Great to see you again. Thank you for joining in. Vinny's heading off as well. Good night, Vinny, mate. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch up with you soon. Connor said, if you look closely at the video, you can see that Salah's lock screen is a picture of his hero Ragnar Klavan. I mean, isn't everybody's a picture of Ragnar Klavan, Connor, to be fair? I've gone around my house and I've replaced all the images of my wife with a picture of Ragnar Klavan. So I just assume that's what everybody's done. Khalil said, Craig, did you see what Ramos said about Klopp? I didn't, mate, no. But please do tell me, because I'd love to know what that cheating little fucker has to say about our manager, Jurgen Norbert Klopp. If Klavan and Ojo leave in the same transfer window... No, I'm not reading out the end of that one, because I know it's a joke and all, but still, I'm not reading that out. Dennis as well wants to know what Ramos said. Michael Dunn is in. Good evening, Michael. And Michael asks how everybody is doing today. Again, loads of people asking about Ramos and Klopp, and I really would love to know, so I'm going to look down and see if I can find the answer to this. The Raptor said, I spent the morning tweeting people to stop going on about it. It just perpetuates it all. I liked Connor's comment about it. Dennis said, no, I've been on the channel for a while. Trolls don't have a life, mate. Connor just watched the video that the Raptor sent. I'm looking forward to watching that later on. Ramos is a wank stain, says Papa. He was taking the piss, saying that Klopp is a loser of a manager. Yeah. Whatever. Ramos, you fucking twat. Liverpool, City and United battle should be fascinating this season, said Shane. But I don't think United are going to be anywhere in that battle, to be fair. Maybe I am being a little bit biased there. I just don't see United as being up there with City and Liverpool, if I'm being honest, mate. Ramos is a cheating cunt, says 30 Neil Anthony said, Craig, would you agree that Virgil van Dijk is in the top 3 centre-backs in the world alongside Varane and Godin? Yes, I would agree. He's certainly in the top 3 centre-backs in the world. It's tough to pick a 3. There's so many good ones, but he's certainly up there. Absolutely. Diego Godin is a tremendous defender, so is Rafael Varane. Obviously he's a World Cup winner now, but there are a lot of good centre backs, to be fair, and we're blessed to have Virgil van Dijk in our team, and hopefully for many years to come. Stephen Richards says, the guy who slagged Mo is well known and disliked by the local LFC fans, and I did see many comments to that effect, Stephen. Craig, do you rate Ben Woodburn as a player? I know he's young, very close in age to me, under a year older, but do you think he has potential? Absolutely he has potential, Charlene. I think Ben Woodburn has bags of ability. It's going to be a big year for him at Sheffield United. You'd hope he gets the game time he needs, and you'd hope to see him progress as much as, I won't say we expect of him, but maybe we anticipate from him is probably a better phrase. I think he has so many good attributes. He obviously doesn't bottle it either. We've seen him come on score for Wales, so yeah, I do. I think he has a great future, and I hope it's with Liverpool, because you always want to see the young guys come through the youth system and get into the first team. The only worry I have is people that go on loan from Liverpool. Anyway, we haven't got a great record about sending people on loan and then bringing them back in and them actually having a career. So I hope he can be the exception to the rule. Pepper Red said, I'm off again. Good night, Craig and Reds. Good night, mate. It's okay, we'll just replace you with that other Pepper Red. You know that one, the real Pepper Red. Anthony Peter said, somebody asked me today what our strongest team is. I think we've lots of strong formations this season. We just need to show consistency on the pitch. What do you think? Spot on, Anthony. I seem to be agreeing with a lot of people tonight, but it's because of the great comments. You're right, we have a really good squad. I don't think it's right for us to talk about a strongest team, because the phrase that you've heard me say over and over again is horses for courses. It depends on who we're playing, especially with the midfield. I think it depends who's going to put in there, but yeah, we have a really strong squad, so we are absolutely up there, and consistency, rightly so, is the way we have to go. less draws as well than last season. Who's going to keep Origi, who are we going to keep, Origi or Solanke or both, said Wrigley Mick. I would keep Solanke personally, Mick. I think Origi's had his chance. I think Solanke still has plenty of time to develop. Just my views on it. I think Solanke will be a better footballer than Divock Origi. Do you think Fabinho would end up being a guaranteed starter? I'm going to say no, but hear me out before you all think I'm an idiot. I think a lot of people are hugely underestimating how much Jurgen Klopp likes Jordan Henderson. And I mean massively underestimating how highly he regards Jordan Henderson. There are two different style of players that can play the same position. Obviously Henderson can play a few different areas in midfield. I think Fabinho will play an awful lot of games, but I don't think he's going to be a guaranteed starter. I don't think many of the midfielders will be guaranteed starters except possibly Naby Keita, and even he will have to be rested at times. But I would consider Naby Keita our number one midfielder personally, because that's how much I rate the guy. And after that, I wouldn't really call anyone guaranteed as a starter, because I mean, look at the quality of what we have there. We've got Gini Wijnaldum, we've got Jordan Henderson, we've got James Milner, Fabinho, as you mentioned, and Naby Keita, Lallana. Who else have we got there in midfield? Grujic is still there at the minute. We've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to come back. We've got a lot of quality there, and probably only three places. Shaqiri, if you're looking at him as an attacking mid, of course you could consider him one of the wide three or the front three as well. So there's lots and lots of options there, and there's only three places available for every game. What else we got? This Liverpool team is so scary right now, Craig, says Wayne. It's scary to others, buddy, and it's beautiful for us. It's a joy. It's an absolute joy to be able to watch this team at the minute. You want games to come thick and fast. You want 3-4 games a week, but obviously the players need their rest. Is there still that bullshit international break coming up soon? You know, the one that obviously kicks in 4 or 5 games into the season, which just seems ridiculous, particularly after a World Cup. Is that still there? I haven't looked at the fixtures to see if it's been penciled in. If I had the wings of a sparrow and I had the arse of a cow, I'd fly over Old Trafford and shit on the bastards below, said the Raptor. Junior said, Woodburn, Jones, Camacho, Wilson, Brewster, the future is bright. Some quality there, mate, there really is. Just going through those players you've listed. I'm really excited to see how Ryan Brewster gets on when he comes back and gets introduced to the first team. Still very young, but you know, if you're good enough, you're old enough. I love listening to this cast, says Daniel. Thank you, mate. That's really nice of you to say. And I keep saying it to everybody, but it does mean a lot, so thank you. Nabil, how's your knee, mate? Mickey wants to know how your knee is. And Farrell said that he basically told Klopp, worry about his own business. Yeah, but the good thing is, though, his career is going to come to an end in the next few years, and we won't have to look at his fucking sour puss anymore. But Kloppo's going to be around for a long time, so fuck him. Somebody telling Charlene to get over it, that Ben has a girlfriend who's as fit as fuck. Do you guys answer email regularly? Because I sent in a writing sample to try become a writer. It's okay if the answer is no. I just would like a response if possible. James, which one did you send it to, mate? Let me check I'll check the email right now. Going through the emails. I don't see your name pop up, mate. Let me check. Let me just check the spam, because it could have gone in there, so bear with me. We tend to try and get back to everybody, mate. I sincerely mean that. We do try and get back to everybody. Bum bum bum. That one. So let me just check. Junk folder. No, mate, I don't see it unless Connor has got to it before me. But I don't see your email. So maybe resend it if possible, James. Or maybe Connor, maybe you can jump in here and let me know if you got it. But I haven't seen it, James. Alright, Egg, how's your night? It's okay, thank you, mate. It's not too bad at all. Klopp said he'd rather win fair than... Oh, that jumped. This chat is all over the place tonight. My computer's just making it jump. Where's that gone? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get back to the chat because I don't like to miss there. Right, here we go. Paul, I can't read out that comment, mate, because I promised not to speak about that specific gentleman anymore. Connor said, for fuck's sake, on my phone while driving down the M62 and just felt like a massive thud against the windscreen, got out and Rob Wiley's laying there in a signed Charlie Adam 11-12 shirt. The ambulance turned up, apparently got his final words before falling unconscious, where £20 of this 2010 Maxi Rodriguez calendar is all yours, is what he said to the paramedic. Will said, nothing would satisfy me more than go to Old Trafford this season, beating the Manx fair and square, and then listening to the Manx being really salty about something, probably the ref. You know they would as well. They wouldn't just go, you know what, you guys are better than us, we're beaten by the better team. Certainly not Jose. Jose would have to find fault with somebody. Paul said, Ramos is a shy player in a good team. He's good at judo, the cheating twat. Jay Kismet said, most important players at the club: Allison, Robertson, Van Dijkson, Henderson, Salison and Firminoson. Spot on. Nothing wrong with those names, all on the money. Khalil is saying Ramos' exact comments were, it's not the first final he's lost. Maybe he wants to use that as an excuse for losing. Some of us have been operating at a very high level for many years. Not sure he can say the same. Oh God, fuck him. Craig, what are your thoughts on Phil Foden, young player and very young, and I've observed his gameplay. Do you think he could be a future Liverpool player? Is this, excuse my ignorance here, is this not the guy that plays for Manchester City? Again, excuse my ignorance if I'm wrong here. So I don't really know is my answer, mate, sorry. James said, loan out Solanke and Salarigi. Stephen Richards says, the difference this season is strength and depth, not just a bench full of kids. Mick is heading off, mate. Good night, mate. I'll talk to you soon. Remember the days when David and Go was our number one striker? Jesus Christ, said Neil. We were having a little chat about that earlier on. We were trying to come up with some stuff for a quiz, and we were talking about past players and some of the players we've had at the club, and there's been some shit list, hasn't there? There's been some dark days with players we've had to watch. Why don't people rate Hendo? He's not a sexy player, but he works his ass off for the club and is a terrific captain, says Kill for Hire. I'm with you. I'm a big fan of Hendo's. As you said, he's not the greatest player in the world, but he's a very solid footballer, does a good job, and I think he's an excellent captain for the football club. Leave Salah alone. There you go. I'm with you. Leave Salah alone, said VA. Keeping Hendo captain is key. Van Dijk doesn't need the armband. He's got leadership already, which is true. Very well said again. We need a team of leaders. We need everybody out there to lead. An armband isn't that important. What we need is people to go out there, stand up, be counted, show leadership, and don't shirk responsibility. And you want 11 of those people in your team. Do you think we need an attacking mid like Fekir after Sunday? I still think we're one short. Yes, if I'm being honest, I think we're one attacking option short. Whether that's an attacking mid or somebody else to fill in, maybe a centre forward. Yeah, I do think we're still one short. I think we're still hoping that Sturridge gets through the season without an injury. If he does, then we don't need anybody. But if he breaks down at any point, then we may have a little bit of trouble. I hope Ox has a speedy recovery and comes back in time to help us win both the Premier League and the Champions League, says Andre. I can't wait to have him back. I'm a big fan of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's. He's been brilliant since he's been at the club. Seems like a wonderful human being as well. The Revenite said, I heard the man who should not be named on the United stand saying he doesn't know how spending money on a couple of good players gets us above United in the league, and he thinks they're going to finish ahead of us. I'll let other people comment on that. I'm not going to say anything. Would love to see a team which can accommodate Sturridge, Salah, Mane, Firmino, like the days when Suarez played up top with Sturridge in the team. Just looking at those players and trying to figure something out in my head, so bear with me. There probably is a way, to be fair. You could drop Mane in behind and play those three across the front, so if we're chasing a game or we're going balls out, mate, never say never. Mickey said, James, I would like us to sign Fekir in the future. Gareth Phillips said, an Evertonian who loves this show. Thank you, mate, and welcome. We welcome everybody in here as long as they're, I keep saying respectful like it's, you know, like it's towards me. I don't mean that. I mean to everybody in the chat. So any fan from any club is more than welcome to drop in here. We welcome everyone. All we want to do is chat about football, and anyone who drops in who wants to chat about football is more than welcome. So thank you, Gareth. Have you got many donations since the channel is up? I'm going to donate soon. It's a tough one to answer. Being honest, no, is the honest answer. But some people that have donated very generously, let's just put it that way. With regards to numbers, no, there hasn't been a lot of amount of people, but some of the people that have really helped us out a lot. So that's the honest answer to that one. I think international friendlies play. Oh, but I must say again, we hope to be at a point where nobody should be. We hope nobody is going to ever have to donate. It's just trying to get ourselves self-funded, which is what we're trying to do. Everything we're trying to do, we always want it to be 100% free. We'd rather you guys spend your money however you want to spend it. I mean, if you want to go and buy yourself the new shirt, we'd much rather you do that than feel obliged to help us out. But sometimes, you know, people has some extra money, have had a good week or whatever, and if they do want to, then, you know, the Patreon link is in the chat and we'd be very grateful, but there's never any pressure. Fire Isle said, I think international friendlies played during season should only be made up of second string. Too risky with no payoff. Can damage a squad. Otherwise, can play them in the summer. I agree. There's too many. Any during the season for me is too many, but particularly after just having the World Cup. I mean, some teams haven't even got players back up to full speed yet, and they're already having to fucking ship them out again. It seems madness. I hope that some of the coaches, and I feel that they will, some of the international coaches will, you know, have a bit of cop on in this international break. Nabil asks, somebody fill me in, who's this Rob Wiley? I'm sure he's been mentioned in the chat, so I'm sure you'll find it there somewhere, buddy. As I said, I don't know the gentleman, so I don't feel it's correct for me to comment on him. My son has gone to bed now, just me watching the stream. He said he enjoyed it tonight as he does every night. That's really kind, Dennis, mate. Thank you. And good night to your son as well, of course. Charlene is heading off as well. Good night, Charlene, mate. I will catch up with you very soon. Butterflies in my stomach every day. I think about our whole setup, refurbishment of Anfield Road, a now new training ground, and the team's on fire. Said Stephen Richard. It's a fucking great time to be a Red. It really is. Something caught my attention tonight though. I was watching the AEK Athens and Celtic game, and the commentators were talking about the stadium that the game was in, and they were saying that AEK Athens were just about to move to a new stadium, and he said it's a 33,000 seater stadium, all seater stadium, he said, with all mod cons. But then he said that they built the stadium for €65 million. And my jaw nearly hit the floor. I thought, fucking hell. So they're in Greece. They're building a brand new stadium with 33,000 people. So look, it's not as big as many stadiums in England, but It's still a stadium with 33,000 seats for €65 million. And then you look at the cost of building or doing business in the UK, and Liverpool paid 155 million or 160 million for the new main stand, and Spurs' new stadium, Pochettino reckons, is going to cost in excess of £1 billion. But yet somehow AEK Athens managed to build a 33,000 seater stadium for 65 million quid. That's mad. LFC Dalek is in. Hello, sir. I will be in contact with you as well very soon, mate, about the site. Just wanted to get it up and running and have a chat with Connor, so I have not forgotten to get back in contact, mate, but I will be in contact really soon. Guys, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. I can see Connor giving me daggers here in the chat. And if you're watching for the first time, please do hit that subscribe button. Even if it's not your first time, if you've dropped back in, you like what we're doing on here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. YouTube took 60 of our subscribers away when they removed inactive accounts. So we had celebrated 3,200, but that was taken away. So if you are watching, please do hit that subscribe button, and we'll re-celebrate hitting 3,200 when we get there. Can somebody give me a count actually? Where are we? I'm afraid to ask this. I used to enjoy asking that question. I used to come on and go, hey guys, where are we at with the subs? And I used to see the figure and I'd be like, yes, come on, we're on the right track. And then last night I just went, fuck, what? Where the fuck did this come from? So yeah, where are we at? Somebody can let me know, because I can't see it on my screen. But don't forget to smash that thumbs up, guys, as well. Henderson's a good role model to younger players at the club, says Dennis. Garrett said, would you take Pep over Klopp? No, I said this many times. Pep is a tremendous manager. Absolutely brilliant manager, but nobody can replace Jurgen Klopp for me at Liverpool Football Club. He is the perfect manager for our club at this moment in time. I love him. If I had to go into a factory with all the ingredients to build the perfect manager for us, it would come out looking like Klopp. The other teams would challenge City, not only Liverpool, said Eric. Connor, can you check? Did Sivan get blocked? I think I hit the wrong button. So I'm sure Connor can sort that one out for you. Dennis said, oh yes, also Craig, Phil Foden is the Manchester City player. I thought I was losing my mind there when you mentioned that to me. And he's an excellent footballer. Pep seems to have plans for him at Manchester City. I remember him being asked about him recently in an interview, and he said that he's one of the first team now. He's going to be in and around there. He's going to get game time. There was no way he was letting him go out on loan. He's obviously quite highly regarded by Pep, and he looks the part as well. James King said Spurs away moved to Wembley, was looking forward to smashing them at their new ground. Yeah, I was as well. I always wanted to have that, to be fair. I thought, how nice would it be that no matter how many games they play in that new stadium, we'll always be the ones that smashed them on the opening day. But yeah, that's been taken away from us now. We'll just have to smash them anyway. If Kane and Eriksen get injured, Spurs are in big trouble. They have a very tight squad, to be fair. So yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how they get on this season. They can hide behind Pochettino saying that people overplay transfers and stuff. Yeah, that's bullshit. He can hide behind that all they want. He would have liked to have signed players this summer. There's no surer thing than that. Yes, they have a good squad, no doubt in that. Really good players, but they could have, he would have wanted to freshen it up. The Raptor said Craig is under a self-imposed do not say this name sanction tonight. It's not just tonight, mate. I'm just not speaking anymore. That subject is closed. And I actually liked the message you sent me, Raptor, with the image that he spoke nicely about the channel, which was very kind of him. Klopp will stick by the 4-3-3. Can't see Bobby and Sturridge in the same team unless one drops into the 10, says Junior. They didn't even want to ruin their new net, said James. Connor said, let's get to 100 likes. So there you go. Bang, smash, hit that thumbs up button. get to 100 likes. What do we call it on here? I'm not a YouTuber. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself one yet. I'm a YouTuber in training, perhaps. Is it called the fucking like button or is it called the thumbs up button, guys? You let me know. I always want to know these things because I often am on the wrong social media platform talking about the wrong fucking thing. So I'm on Twitter, I'm saying subscribe. I'm on YouTube, I'm saying follow. Is it thumbs up? Is it likes? Some help here would be greatly appreciated. I wouldn't mind if Sheridan Shaqiri gets a start against Palace, said Louis. Nor would I, mate. I mean, I don't think any of us would at this moment in time. Dude looks like he's means business and looks like he's happy to be here. And I've been very impressed, as I'm sure you have as well, mate. Dirty Girl said, I hope Klopp gives Shaqiri a good 20 minutes. I know he'll cause chaos. It's great to see so many people so happy at Shaqiri signing and seeing what he can bring to the team. So it's great that any small doubt that people had has been removed very quickly, and it looks like we've got ourselves a tremendous bargain at £13.5 million. I mean, what a deal. Gareth, I always get the feeling, as good as Pep is, he has had strong teams or finances handed to him. Klopp has had to fight and build and create teams. It's mad, just on that subject, Amo, it is mad what appeals to specific managers, isn't it? So you can understand why any manager would want to go in and have the most resources, the best players. I mean, it's human nature a lot of the time, isn't it? If something's offered to you, if you can have the best of everything, then yeah, you might as well have it. But then you see other managers. You see Klopp likes to come in. Often you see Arsene Wenger at times liking to bring through younger players or give people a chance as well. Come in and want to, like Klopp comes in and as you said, wants to mould players, work with players, get players better and find gems out there in the marketplace. It is funny to see, and it's good to see that different strokes for different folks and all that, but it makes football the interesting sport that it is. Cool Boy Gaming and Vlog said, what do you think of Naby Keita? I love him, mate. I love him. I'm going to keep saying it. I absolutely fucking adore Naby Keita. I'm the most excited about him signing for us than I have been for any outfield player in a very, very long time. I wasn't as excited when Suarez signed because, truth is, I wasn't that aware of Suarez when he signed. Torres I was damn excited about, but Naby Keita I've been waiting, like everybody else has, a year to get that dude in. He's absolute quality. I got him on the back of my purple shirt, and I very rarely get names and numbers. Actually, this is only the second one I've ever gotten on the back of a shirt. So yeah, I'm looking forward. That should be here tomorrow, actually, all going well. So hopefully I'll be on here tomorrow night wearing my Naby Keita 8 shirt. Hope Fabinho starts versus Palace, says Junior. Do you think a peak Robbie Fowler would get into today's team? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He'd have to. Even though he may not suit the system, dude would have to get in because he just bangs in goals for fun. He'd have to find a place for Fowler. Gareth said, I think Ian Rush was better than Robbie Fowler. Yeah, I mean, Rushy was class. I'd go with Fowler personally, but well, probably because Robbie Fowler's my favourite Liverpool player, but Ian Rush was a machine as well. Absolute quality, like nobody can dispute that. Hi, I'm a Liverpool fan in South Korea and I have a question. Work away, mate. Please do ask your question. Happy to answer it and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Is a Cuckoo Man 29. So yeah, welcome, mate. Thank you for joining us and fire away with your question. My once a season bet is on a double 9-2 for Premier League and 14-1 for the Champions League. Come on, you red men, said Anthony. It's a brave bet, mate. If that comes in, the Milky Bars are most certainly on you. Thoughts on naming squads for the League Cup at the start of the season? That way it ensures you either play the main team or you choose youngsters, you have to stick with them. I don't think there's any need for it, personally. You can't say what state your squad is going to be in when a game rolls around, so why put yourself at a disadvantage in any way? There should be better ways of ensuring that young players get a game. the Premier League 2 example, stuff like that, as a joke. They need to have better ways of giving youth players competitive games. I think it will put clubs at a disadvantage, mate. So personally, I'd say no. But I understand the thought process behind what you're doing. Like James King said, my starting 11 versus Palace is Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, Dejan Lovren if fit, Andy Robertson, Fabinho, Keita, Shaqiri, Mo, Mane and Bobby. What's yours? Let me see. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk. It won't be Lovren, so I'd say Joe Gomez, Robbo, Hendo, Keita, Fabinho, Mo, Mane and Bobby. It would be mine. And what I think may happen there is if we win the midfield battle and we manage to get a foothold in the game, then maybe you'll see Shaqiri come on the second half to try and put us out of sight. But it's going to be a tough battle, so I think maybe we're going to go and try and dominate that midfield. And of course, like, I wouldn't at all rule out Jimmy Milner from getting in there as well. So it's so tough to make these calls, and I'm glad I'm not Jurgen Klopp. Well, no, that's fucking ridiculous. Of course, I'd love to be Jurgen Klopp or in his shoes, but there's some tough calls there for the gaffer to make. Garrett said, I think Liverpool will win the league. Everton will finish above Man United. Woo, big call. I'd like to say I hope you're right, but it's tough to utter those words when you're talking about Everton. Kukaman said, do you think Joe Gomez will do fine on centre back? Absolutely, mate. I have nothing but positive things to say about young Joe Gomez. He has been caught on occasion with a ball over his shoulder, or ball watching, as we say. And basically what we mean by ball watching, and I'm not talking down to you, I'm just trying to describe in case anybody just watching doesn't know, is, you know, when a ball is played through the air, you follow the ball and you don't keep an eye on your man. So you're watching the ball, not your man, basically, when you're marking somebody. So he's been caught out on that a couple of times, but I think playing alongside Virgil van Dijk will massively improve his game, and learning from Van Dijk, and no doubt Van Dijk will talk him through games. The only problem any of us have with young Joe Gomez is obviously his injuries. If he's past those injury problems, then he's going to be an absolutely brilliant player for our team, and could well be the solution to the centre-back headache that Jurgen Klopp has had occasionally. So I think there's a big future for him, mate, and I hope his injury issues are behind him. And welcome, again, as I said earlier on, mate, welcome to the channel. Who do you want to win this season, being realistic? Who do I want to win this season, being realistic? Or the league? Liverpool, if that's the question, mate. From Jack Main. Sorry, mate, I'm just trying to figure out if I've missed something. Liverpool to win the league, clearly. But other than that, I'm not really sure where to go with that question, my friend. Junior's team is Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Naby, Milner, Mo, Bobby and Mane. And that's a good team as well, to be fair, and I'd have absolutely no problem with that team lining up either. When are we going to start building to make 60,000 at Anfield, says Tony. The sooner the better, mate. Like you, we're all just waiting to see if the club go ahead. We've outlined planning permission, so there needs to be more details submitted. You'd hope that they get it done. You'll hear the phrases, it's not economically viable and stuff like that, but just from a purely fan perspective, you want it to get done because you want more people going to Anfield. The planning permission seems to be there pretty much. Obviously a few tweaks need to be done and final proposals need to be put into the council, but there's no reason it shouldn't happen. Absolutely no reason whatsoever now that shouldn't go ahead. And going forward as well, you'd imagine it would increase the price of the asset if you're looking at the club as an asset for the owners. But I hesitate to kick the owners at all or slag them off, because new main stand Jurgen Klopp, the summer we've just had, the training facility that they're building, they've done a lot of things right in the last few years, so I hope they make the right decision on this one as well and get the Annie Road end done. Do you really accept teams trying to stay in the league to go toe to toe with City? Do I really accept or expect, I think you meant to say? Yes, of course. But you're assuming that I think every club, or your question implies that every other club is fighting to stay in the league. That's not the case. Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Everton, Wolves, who else have we got there that'll probably be finished mid-table? Burnley. All of those teams aren't really fighting to stay in the league. They're fighting to get as high up the league as they can. So if they have aspirations to finish as high as they can, then absolutely they should be challenging Manchester City and going toe to toe with City or trying to beat them. Why not? You cannot tell me that as a manager you would ever want your team to go out and lose. It just seems madness. 3,188 subs, said Liverpool fan. So that means we've gone back up a few. So that's excellent. Thank you. And thank you to Dennis as well and James for letting me know about that one. No worries whenever you have the time, mate. I know you're busy. Thank you, LFC Dalek, mate. I hate letting anybody down. I'm trying to get back as soon as I can. And I will be in touch because I genuinely appreciate your kind offer. Did you hear about Arsenal Fan TV? I did hear about that. Connor told me about it yesterday and I had a little read up about it. So what they've had to change their name to AFF TV, I think now, isn't it? Again, I don't know what to say about this because, or AFTV, excuse me. The club have obviously looked at it and decided that the word Arsenal, which is copyrighted for audio content or video content, maybe again I'm just guessing, maybe they've got fed up with the club being portrayed in a negative way at times. And then again, you have to say, as I say always, anybody who makes content and puts the hard work into it like they do, you have to respect. I wouldn't particularly be a fan of the style of which they go about doing things, but they are football fans underneath it all. You can see that in them. Robbie is clearly a football man, clearly loves the sport, clearly loves his club. As does, is it DT, I think, is that the other guy's name? So look, it shows how big they've got as well that the club are having to do this, or the club have decided to take that step. So they could almost see it as a compliment to one extent, but then on the other extent they have to go and rebrand everything. So they've got a lot of publicity of it, I'll say that for them. The channel, I mean. So if anything, maybe it's a win-win. I don't know. It is crazy that football fan channels now have got that big that clubs are stepping in like that to challenge the copyright or the legality of what people are doing. I think because Arsenal is obviously a club, would you get away with that with the likes of Anfield Agenda, the Anfield Rap, Anfield Index, I mean any of the other Liverpool channels? I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever be a case. I don't know why Arsenal did it or, took those steps, but they are where they are. And yeah, maybe it's sometimes they have portrayed the fans negatively, and Arsenal fans have been looked at as a laughingstock occasionally, particularly around the whole Wenger thing, but they're doing really well. Obviously what they're putting out there is getting hits and getting numbers. It's not my cup of tea, but of course, as I always say, I will respect anybody who makes their content. Tonic said, I think City's a well-oiled machine. If you give them too much time, they'll kill you. You need a bit of chaos to disrupt them. I like that. And Jurgen Klopp loves to inflict chaos, buddy, so I'm with you on that one. James King said, some Arsenal fans want Emery out because they lost one game. I did see a little clip of a video of somebody losing their shit over Granit Xhaka. I've seen one of the guys from Arsenal Fan TV losing their shit over Granit Xhaka. And he is shite, to be fair. I've never understood why anybody thought Granit Xhaka was a good footballer. I don't rate him at all. Kill for Hire is heading off, mate. Good night, and thank you for joining us again. Night after night, mate. You're an absolute legend. Have a good one. LFC Dalek said, I know not LFC related, but sending love to those people in Genoa falling in a car from 148 feet, horrendous. Absolutely, very well said. And of course I echo your sentiments, mate. It's horrible. You never want to see these type of things happen. So very well said, and I'm sure everybody here in the chat echoes your sentiments, mate. As he said, a week in between football matches is too long. Anybody getting a bit frustrated? Absolutely. as he met. I put it up on Twitter earlier on. I'm like, is anybody else thinking that this just feels like forever? That we're going to have to wait to watch the Reds again? So yeah, absolutely. If you guys can ever hear, by the way, when I'm on, a noise in the background, so you can ever hear something that sounds like a fan, it's the fan on my MacBook. So my microphone here, my microphone is, where is it gone? Is here. So I have to keep my microphone as far away from my computer as possible. I use a MacBook Pro for this. I don't use a PC. So obviously with the amount of programs I have open and running at times, the MacBook Pro's fan kicks in, and that's the noise that you can hear perhaps in the background. You may not have heard this. I may be just pointing it out to you and you're going, oh shit, now I noticed it, dickhead, thank you very much. But it drives me insane, and I'm trying to figure out ways of quieting it down. So I just want to give you that explanation anyway. If you ever do hear that noise, it's I'm trying my best to keep it at a minimum, but it's the fan on my laptop, so nothing I'm doing with regards to audio or anything like that. I'd love to see Shaqiri, but we won't change 2 of the starting 3 against West Ham when they played so well, says Junior. Mo Salah said, hit that like button, and somebody else said, smash that like button. So it's called the like button. Somebody else said, yep, the like button in his opinion. Come on, lads and ladies. 112 watching, only 81 liked. Hit that like button, says Mickey Fires. Absolutely, we must be able to get to the ton. Surely we can get 100 likes up, guys. If you're watching, you haven't hit it yet, then just bang, give it a slap. And if you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, as I said earlier on, please do. We were at 3,241 subscribers there yesterday, and then when YouTube did that purge, we fell down to 3,180 odd. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to do so. We want to re-celebrate hitting 3,200 subs. And don't forget, guys, even though the game is next Monday, we will of course be doing a watch along for the game. We're also recording a brand new podcast tomorrow. It'll be the first time we ever recorded this podcast, and you guys might be able to help me out. I'm struggling to come up with a name for this podcast. So maybe I'll give you the premise of what I'm thinking about, and somebody might be able to come up with an idea and help us name the pod. So this podcast is basically going to be an update of Liverpool stuff, basically to get over the midweek blues. So it's going to be recorded every Wednesday, or come out every Wednesday. So it's going to be to get through that breakup, the break up the week, the middle of the week. You're not finished work, the games haven't come yet, you know, your Monday was still in sight. So we're looking for a Liverpool themed show, or a name of a show, to help us get through the week, coming out on Wednesdays. I can't for the life of me think of a good name. I've thought and I just cannot come up with a good name. So the name kind of has to suggest the midweek. It has to have something to do with getting over that midweek hump, or, you know, just a midweek Liverpool podcast to look forward to the weekend or something. Hopefully somebody here can help me out and come up with something clever, because I know how fucking brilliant and how clever you guys are, and I've said this before, I have zero imagination. So if you guys can help me out, that would be very much appreciated. Shaqiri's a pitbull on the clock. He really wants to prove a point, says Tony. He does seem like he wants to prove a point. Gary Richards says it's thumbs up for him. They reckon Andy Robertson is the next Maldini or Joey Jones. He's quality. I fucking love Andy Robertson. What a bargain. 87 now, said the Raptor. 87 thumbs up. There we go. Not far to go to hit the ton. I hope you're not driving while typing on that chat, says Paul. Louis said, I never complained when we signed Shaqiri. I was so pissed off we didn't get him a few years ago. Maybe it's right that he came now though, Louis. Look at it that way. We always try and look at the positives, buddy. Maybe it wouldn't have been right from a few years ago, and maybe it was meant to happen now. I used to watch the United stand, but this is much better, says Gareth Phillips. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say, mate. Thank you. I hope you continue to enjoy it, by the way. We've lots of stuff coming up on the channel. We don't just do these live streams. We've got recorded stuff. We do all our podcasts as well. We upload them, and we will hopefully be starting video podcasts very soon. We're working on the tech to try and get that done properly. We could do it now. We could do it no problem. But there would be some issues with tech with regards to lag time and stuff. And I'm a picky fucker. I want it to be right before we do it. as is Connor. Connor is a perfectionist as well. So yeah, we're hoping to get it done really soon because we want to be able to bring you guys video chats rather than just having my image and somebody's audio. So much better if we can get the 3 or 4 people on screen. So that's the next step for us. We're going to try and do that. So we'll be able to have podcasts uploaded to YouTube as a video pod and then pull the audio file from that and have it out as a podcast for podcast players. Do you know what I found out today actually, guys? I didn't even know. I'm the one responsible for all our podcasts, so I make sure that they're on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Acast, all those brilliant podcast apps. Today somebody said that is your podcast on the Google podcast app? I was saying, no, I don't think so, mate, actually. I don't think so. But it is. Surprisingly, it is. Obviously, they took the feed from somewhere, but yeah, we're also... So we're on iTunes, Spotify, Acast, the Google Podcast app, Podbean, Castbox, Castaway, pretty much every major podcast app now you can get the Anfield Agenda podcasts. Again, 100% free. So if podcasts are your thing, if you're like me and you like listening to them in the car or just in your downtime in the evening, then go on, search for Anfield Agenda and subscribe there. And then what will happen is every time we do a new podcast, it will automatically update on your player. I want a statue of Keita. He's brilliant, says Eric. James King says Naby Keita will win us trophies. Midweek Machismo is Connor's name for the show. That machismo comment that Connor made there is a little inside joke between me and Connor. So often when I'm coming on to do a show or if I'm going to meet somebody or something, I say to Connor, I better turn the machismo up to 9 to make sure we get through this one okay. So it's a bit of an inside joke. The Raptor says you can't hear the fan, which is great fucking news. I know some people can because I've had a message about it before, but I was just explaining what it was really, to be honest. Getting back through your comments. Sorry guys, I thought I'd work my way through them, but it seems I'm way behind again. Fuck it, I'm useless, guys. I have to apologise to you all because I try and get through as many comments as I can. I fucking hate missing them, so I keep trying to find my place. Why did they have to change the name, said Farwell. I believe Arsenal sent them a cease and desist letter, or at least had conversations with them with regards to stop using Arsenal as the name in Arsenal Fan TV. Cask Strength said, hi Craig and the rest, I just received my YouTube password to chat with you guys. Love the channel. I usually watch the games in the same bar as your boy Christian Lego. Oh, excellent. Welcome, mate. Thank you for joining us. Great to have you on board. Christian is an absolute gent. I love Christian. Christian is going to be on at least one podcast a week going forward as well, so great that you know him so well. And as you do know him so well, you'll know he's a gent. He's a great guy. Love to have him on the shows. He's great, very knowledgeable and great fun to interact and chat with. Is Mina any good? He looked good at the World Cup, said Joseph. I don't know. I didn't even know who the fuck Yerry Mina was before the World Cup, if I'm being honest. It seems like he's been offered around to every club in the Premier League by the looks of it. But let's see how he gets on for the Ev. I think United could have had him, and you know how badly they wanted a centre back, so let's just leave it at that. What's our record against Palace in the last couple of years? I can't get past 13-14, Eric. But look, we're better than them. Records shouldn't matter. We've a better side than Crystal Palace. We should go out, we should beat them, but football isn't played on paper, so we've got to show up, we've got to put in, we've got to win the fight, and we've got to have that creativity, that flair that we have, and put the ball in the back of the net. Tonic said, Sturridge doing that dance again brought a smile to my face. Yeah, it was lovely. I was in the sitting room the other night and watching the replay back, and Sturridge scored, and I jumped up in the sitting room, me and my son, and started trying to do the dance. Little secret, my 6-year-old son was fucking much better at it than I was. Made a show me, he was so much better. I think Crystal Palace will be very physical, and we should have Fabinho in midfield on Monday. Garrett said, if United come and park the bus again, they'll get destroyed. James King said, I think we could benefit from another world-class defender to work with as well. Hopefully Joe Gomez turns out to be that player though. That's what I'm hoping for, and I'm sure you guys are hoping for. He looked like he would be that player before he got his injuries. Michael is going to head off and get a bit of rest. Michael, thank you for joining me. Have a good one, and we'll chat to you tomorrow. Let's hope Mourinho stays as long at United as Alex did, says Gareth. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. I think Connor's already answered Far Island with regards to the content, so I'll let Connor deal with that. Let's face it, guys, you'd love Radcliffe in the team, said Gareth. And Cobra said sentiments well and truly echoed by everybody with regards to the incident in Genoa. Obviously it's terrible to see, and you never want to see things like that happen. Sam Allardyce spouting his unpopular opinions is laughable. He's a dinosaur, says Ozzy. Craig, sing please, said Samian. Jesus no. God no, mate. My throat is killing me as it is. So singing is definitely not going to happen. Every time I speak, I have a click in the back of my throat that I can hear. And it's driving me insane. Dennis said, I've liked it, Craig. Thank you, Dennis. Much appreciated. Another shout out to you guys to go on to anfieldagenda.com and sign up for your free membership. I was saying to you yesterday that we may have to limit the memberships for the time being because we've had so many go on. Well, Connor has worked his little backside off to make sure that we can cope with the traffic we're having there in the chat and stuff. So if you want to go on there, sign up, get your free membership. You'll be able to go into the members chat. As I said before, we're working on loads of different things. We're going to have members only streams. We're going to try and get discounts for our members on certain things. We're going to have discounts on any of our merch as well. And lots of other little things we're going to try and do to give back. So go on there, anfieldagenda.com. Sign up. All you need to do is put in your email address, create your own unique password, and it's as simple as that. Completely free. Cop of the terrace, says Cobra. Do you guys have alt clubs? Like clubs you support after Liverpool? Mine are Everton and United. How about yours? Surely you don't support United, mate. Surely. And Everton. That has to be a wind-up. Has to be a wind-up, Andre. And for me, no, I don't really have any other clubs I support. I look out for Tranmere because I've always wanted them to do well since Aldo was there, but no, I don't really have, not in England anyway. I always look out for Juventus. I always look out for Lazio. I enjoy watching both those clubs. I've always been a fan of Barcelona. I've been a fan of Barcelona actually as long as I've been a fan of Liverpool, but my love for Liverpool absolutely trumps Barcelona. I was as pissed off with Barcelona or over the Coutinho incident as anybody else. But yeah, they're the only teams I really enjoy watching or have had a fondness for. Roma aren't bad either, to be fair. I do watch quite a bit of Italian football though. Neil said, it's amazing that the Champions League final highlighted all our previous problems. A goalkeeper, a lack of a midfield, and no backup to the front three. Maybe that night was a big turning point. Possibly. You're right about it highlighting the issues, Neil, absolutely. Many of us, and I'm sure Klopp knew of those issues, but maybe it may have sadly taken an incident like what happened with Karius for him to act. But look, that's behind us. It's obviously not something we want to dwell on because it wasn't a great night for us. I like to think about how we got there. I like to think about the performances we put in on the way to that final in Kiev. So that's what my memories of this or of last year's Champions League will be focused on. Joseph said that his second team would be Celtic. Anfield Wednesday is a suggestion from Lee. Cop on, it's midweek, said Carl. That's not bad actually. Cop on, it's midweek. Craig saying, no, definitely not getting that one. 102 likes, so well in everybody. So thank you for that one. But we can keep going. Don't forget to keep smashing that like button, guys. And subscribing if you're new to the channel. Please do hit that subscribe button. It's only 3, 4, 5 days till we destroy podcast. This name it should be what? It's only 3, 4, 5 days till we destroy. A little bit long, James, mate. Thank you for the suggestion though. midweek machismo. Klopp spends big, but he gets the bargains too. Sign of a great manager, says Gareth. Farwell, of course, as well, just echoing everyone's sentiments about Genoa and how sad it is. It's heartbreaking stuff. Yambo said, unpopular opinion, Sturridge would have been key in the Champions League final. Don't think it's unpopular, mate. You're probably right, but sadly he just hadn't got fitness last season. When he went to West Brom, he was injured almost straight away. 7 wins versus 4 wins, 1 draw. I don't know what that's about. Junior said he liked Swansea under Rodgers. The Raptor said half man, half biscuit. Half man, half biscuit were huge tranny fans. Brilliant band, absolutely brilliant. All I want for Christmas is a Dukla Prague away kit. Okay, I give up on that one, Raptor, mate. You're gone off on a music tangent there, so I'll have to leave you be on that one, buddy. The only manager I'd want to take over from Klopp will be Brian Clough, says Gareth. He was a fucking looper. I read his biography, I think it's called, because he didn't write it. That man had a colourful life. He had really strong views as well on management, but a brilliant manager, but an absolute nut job in the best possible way. 11 Shades of Red is another suggestion. Swansea is the juniors team, second team I should say. Somebody else said they don't have a second team, they just keep an eye on their local team, which is Boreham Wood, is it Boreham Wood? Yeah, Boreham Wood, sorry. David Carroll said, yo Reds, great to be back home and watch Liverpool game in Montenegro, but great to be back, my Red friends. Welcome back, David, mate. Always a pleasure to have you back with us. What a season we're in for, though. What a fucking season we're in for. I feel, today's only Tuesday, so we've still got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so fucking 6 days till we watch the Reds again, guys. It's ridiculous. There ain't enough room in my head for a second team, says Raptor. Good answer, mate. Looks like Liverpool has the better Brazilian goalkeeper. Ederson tried to give Arsenal like 4 goals, said James. Clough was incredible, best I've seen, even better than Bob Paisley, says Gareth. He was a tremendous manager, to be fair. As I said, his book was really interesting as well. Very good read. Johnny said Trent versus Zaha will be very interesting. Remember last season Zaha caused him a lot of problems. Zaha's a very good footballer, so yeah, it will be a very interesting battle, mate. And one I hope Trent gets the better of, obviously. The Crystal Palace game's on my birthday, but the last time Liverpool played my birthday we lost 2-0 to Burnley. That must have been a shitty birthday, Yambo, mate, but hopefully this one the Reds can, get the 3 points and give you a better day. Blue Tick Gaming said can't wait for Firmino to be Firmino. And I get where you're coming from with that. I don't think he's looked like himself yet either. Click and go, you me bro told me about him. He's gone for years, brings the same flag every match. I don't know what that one's about. Guys, would you take Stevie G over Graham Souness? Going back a bit. Suey was before my time, mate, so I couldn't really comment on Souness, but Stevie G. Oh, Stevie G. The things that man did for this football club. Fucking quality. You can only love one team, says Mickey. Thomas, mate, good night, buddy. Klopp is the man. He'll bring us back to where we belong, said David Carroll. Why is Patbot's messages deleted by Johnny again? What's going on there? What's happened there? What was his message? Saying good night to Tom. Why was he timed out? I don't understand why Patbot was timed out. How can I time him out? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to fix this for Pat. I don't know why he was putting time out. Hopefully it's gone anyway. Why is Johnny deleting messages again? Johnny mate, where are you? Where's Johnny's comments? Johnny, I'm gonna have to remove the blue spanner for the time being, mate, while you get this sorted out. Because there's too many comments from people being, and I know you're not doing it on purpose, buddy, but there's too many comments from people being taken away. I know you said it was your keyboard, so I don't want to, I'm not doing it on purpose. If you get it sorted out, let me know, and of course we'll give you that blue spanner back, buddy. But I don't know what's going on at the minute. Farrell said, Junior, one guy talking shit about Craig, so I put him in timeout and erased his message. Oh, where was it? What was he saying? Let me see what this prick had to say. Nope, he said nothing. Just he. Ah, well, fuck him. Thank you for that one anyway, Farrell, mate. Ah, yes, that reduced the prick. Yes, I seen the guy you were talking about. Blue Spanner FC is falling apart, said Connor. Shut up, Connor. No negativity allowed. If we win the league, I want James Milner to score the winning moment. He's been so exceptional for a guy his age, and could go and play somewhere else. He gets better and better each time, said Blue Tick Game, and he's absolutely, you're right, he's quality. And he does get better and better and better, and he's really rolling back the years, isn't he? Keeps making a show of me, because I keep thinking that he's gonna have to show his age eventually, but his fitness levels are unbelievable. Thomas wants to know, is Patbot okay? So Patbot, mate, if you're back in the chat, let us know. You should be untimed out by now. Connor said, guys, the article submission on the website is broken. The names of the writers aren't coming through. So if you submitted something, drop us an email at anfieldagenda@gmail.com. So anfieldagenda@gmail.com. Of course, there's also anfieldagenda@outlook.com. But if Connor wants you to send it to Gmail, then go with that one. Oh, Craig, it was a pathetic egghead scouser. Oh, the egghead, they love it, don't they? I'm going to just get a wig. I'm going to get one of them big mad fucking scouser wigs. You know, the big hairy curly ones. And just sit here with that on and hash one and go, alright, calm down. Egghead. How long does Jimmy Milner have on his contract? I think he's got this year. I think. Could be incorrect though. I'm naming my first child Ragnar and my second child Shay. Third child Soterios. Farrell thinks, isn't there only just 1 year left on Millie's contract? I think it's 1 year. Johnny said, my thing is playing up. I don't mean to be timing people out. I knew, Johnny, mate, I never thought for a second that you were intentionally doing it. But I did have to remove the old blue spanner until it gets sorted, my friend. Walk on Wednesday. For a show name. Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you for the suggestion, Anthony. Walk on Wednesday. I might play around with that one a little bit, but thank you, Anthony. Thank you to everyone that's made a suggestion, by the way. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're starting a brand new podcast tomorrow just to try and increase the content. And the podcast is going to be out during midweek every week. It's going to be a little catch up of everything that's gone on. Obviously this week it'll be us sharing our views about Mo Salah and the whole incident, us sharing our views around Dejan Lovren, a little reflection back to the game of the weekend, a little look ahead to the Palace game, and a few other bits and pieces. But we're struggling for a name. So if anybody has a really clever name or thought to themselves, I've had a fucking great name for a podcast in my back pocket for a while, hit me up, let us know. We're really struggling to come up with a name for this one. Other footballers get older, but Millie gets younger. Fucking Benjamin Button, mate. That's what he is. The Benjamin Button of footballers. We need to give Millie a contract extension, said Louis. James Milner, says Jambo. I love that name. Tom, one of the guys in our pod, used to always call him James Milner as well. We also need to give Jeannie a contract extension as well, said Louis. The midweek boot room is a suggestion from Anthony. Midweek Mignolet, you're in safe hands. We don't want to lie to people, mate. We're trying to be honest on there. We can't say the midweek Mignolet, you're in safe hands. One can of guy chat out of the way. Time to go with another one. Beyond the Shankly Gates is Cobra. It's a little bit corny, mate, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I try to not use the typical things in our names as much as I love, obviously, Shankly and the Shankly Gates. I try, some things are just overused at times. But again, thank you for the suggestion. Hugh McCauley said, hello mate, remember me, you helped me out for the Manchester United game while I was in Antalya. Just want to show you some love. Keep up the good work. I remember your name, Hugh, but I don't remember the incident around the Manchester United game. Honestly, if I helped you, brilliant. I do remember the name. Honest to God, I do remember the name, but I don't know about the Antalya thing. So, apologies on that part. But thank you for joining in as well, and thank you for the compliment, mate. And you're welcome to the channel. I hope you've hit the subscribe button, buddy. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Give it a bash. Lots of content, 100% free as well. He works hard for the team as well, said Louis, the Blue Tick Gaming. Okay, let me just check that. Netflix Sports said losing more subs, don't know why. If that's aimed at us, we're not, mate. Not that I'm aware of anyway. I've just checked and our number seems to be fine. We're up. We've gone up today, if anything else. Midweek walk-on show. Midweek Markovic 50. Has Mane signed a new contract extension yet? Asks Gerard. I don't know. Is the honest answer, mate. It looks like he's going to. And it looks like it'll be soon, but no announcement as of yet. Joseph said Salah is priceless. Midweek shootout is a recommendation from Cobra. Connor's just backing me up saying we're not losing any, so thank God for that one. Or the shootout is another suggestion. Just past half time from LFC Dalek. No need to have Mane's contract resolved soon, reckons Junior. I think there is. I disagree there, mate. The longer it goes on, the more people question it and the more other clubs feel like they have a sniff. So I would suggest, in my view, that we need to get it sorted out. The midweek Kloppo from Carl. Ronald said, good night, or good night to see the Liverpool family. What's up? Welcome, mate. Great to have you on. I love when you manage to catch the streams, buddy, and come on. So welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. Gareth said, you know United are rattled when they start saying they're not bothered about Liverpool. Yeah, they are. They're fucking bothered. Netflix Sports said, yes, you are. Mate, we're not. I can see the numbers. Connor can see the numbers. We know what numbers we were at the start of the show. We're certainly not losing any subs at this moment in time. Johnny said, Craig, I'll be getting a new screen. I need my spanner for Monday watch along. I'll let you know when it's sorted. Mate, you're welcome. As soon as it's sorted, let me know and it will be straight back with you. Don't worry about that. Oh, Hugh said I'd no TV and needed to be updated, and a mate and I subbed after the Manchester United game. Oh, yes, now I get you. Pleasure, buddy, pleasure. Always happy to help if we can, and thank you for coming back as well. It's nice that people remember these small things as well, so thank you very much. If I can ever help again, just let me know. If I can do it, I'll try my best. The halfway line is a good one actually from Connor. This is a good one, Connor, actually. Halfway line. Nice. I might have to use that one. Maybe just half time is another one that we could work with. There has to be something on that one though, so I like your train of thought there, Connor. Thank you. Between the Lines could be used as the new pod name, which is another fucking good shout, mate. You're full of them tonight, aren't you? Between the Lines, yeah, we might just have to recycle that one. So well in. Between the Lines, well, we might have to use that one, as you said. We already have the name. Oh, Junior said I meant we need to have it resolved soon. Sorry, mate. Well, then I fully agree with you, of course. It's a week of two halves, said LFC Dalek, which is another good show. I always struggle to pronounce your first name, and you did tell me before. Is it Kainta or Kainta? I'm just going to call you Kay, if that's okay. Says hello to everybody, and how are you doing? I am doing excellently, thank you. Great to have you back. It's brilliant to be a Liverpool fan. The fucking sun is shining in my life every day. Dog walk time, then the swimming pool. Will comment from the water, says Farwell. Don't destroy your device though, buddy. And again, props for walking the dog. Love people that look after their dogs, mate. So well in. The midweek team talk is another suggestion from Kobe. That's a nice suggestion, mate. The halftime team talk is another one. Beat the bus from Mickey Friars. Halftime talk from Jared as well. Here's a good name for the pod. On the bench LFC, said Connor. I don't think that's been used by anyone. Nah, that name's not in use. We can definitely use that one. It's not like some mystical fella called Daz or anything is using it, so nah, we'll be sound with that one. Daz won't mind. The midweek chav. I wish people would get that, mate. I wish people would understand what that is if we used it. The halftime podcast. Any news on Madrid buying Hazard, Johnny wants to know. Not that I've seen yet, but of course I hope they fucking do, and I hope Barcelona go and get Pogba as well. Millie's Ribena break from Yambo. Diet team talk from the Raptor. I like that one as well, but people will just assume I'm calling myself a fat bastard, mate, if I call it diet team talk. Half time with the egg. It's as good as any suggestion, why not? And see, the thing is, I may not be hosting it though, so it might not be my show. So it could be if Cash is hosting it for as an example, and we call it halftime with the egg, she might be a bit worried about what the fuck we're calling her an egg for. Varn in West midweek featuring Juff, the creator, Barini and Lamar. Little bit long, Andre, mate. Hey Rod, how are you, buddy? Thank you for joining in. I know you're having a crazy week, and thank you for your time yesterday, mate. I am full of ideas since our chat, and I've been still processing what we talked about, so thank you again for your time. And like the rest of us, I hope you're still enjoying or basking in the glow of that fantastic performance by the Reds. Modric to Inter. That had been muted alright, but didn't Real say they wanted some like it was his buyout clause or nothing, which is like 750 fucking million euro or something. The halfway line, says Eric, another suggestion. Extra time from Mickey. Lalana's in pajamas from Connor. How about what was it you called it, Connor? Shouting at the road or something. What was it called? Something like that you were talking about yesterday. Extra time, boom. DZB is back, mate. Great to have you. Welcome. The Anfield crowd from Gerard. What's all this Lovren nonsense? Right, let's get into this one. I mentioned earlier on in the stream, but before I get into that, actually, one last shout. If you're watching, guys, and it's your first time, or if you're a revisitor, is that the correct phrase? If you're watching and you're back again watching us for a second, third, or fourth time, please do take a minute to hit that subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, firstly, thank you, you're a fucking legend. But don't forget to give us a like, hit that thumbs up button, and help us grow the channel. Helps push us out there into YouTube land and get suggested to other users. And as I said, do hit that subscribe button, guys. And make sure you get your asses over to anfieldagenda.com and sort out your free membership on there. And you'll get access to private streams. You'll get access to quizzes. You'll get access to our chat room. Hopefully discounts on products going forward as well. And of course, that membership is 100% free. anfieldagenda.com. Jump over there, sign up. We've had lots and lots, and I mean shit ton of people sign up. We've been blown away by how many people have signed up. So jump over there, anfieldagenda.com, sign up, get your free membership. Anybody who wants to help us support the channel, I've just put it into the chat there now. You can donate via patreon.com/anfieldagenda. So if you want to sign up over there and buy Connor a can of Diet Chav, or buy me a 6-pack of Diet Chav, as suggested by Rod, then you can go over there. You can set up to help us out on a monthly basis for whatever feels comfortable with you. But mainly, do hit that subscribe button. That's the most important thing. If you take that away from today, then I'll be a very happy egg. Walk on Wednesdays. That is a good name. I like Walk and Talk on Wednesdays. Well, I'm changing that to Walk on Wednesdays. Walk on Wednesdays, Anthony. Sorry, I've had to redo your name already, but thank you for the suggestion. Walk on Wednesdays. Here comes the man, eh? So back to Lovren. Anyway, excuse me, Johnny. Back to Lovren. So I heard Klopp being interviewed, and I read Klopp being interviewed and say that they were aware of Lovren's issue, Lovren's abdominal muscle injuries. He had it throughout last season as well, but they were able to manage the injury with rest time and recuperation in between games. And Klopp said that with the World Cup, he didn't have that chance to rest as much because they had a couple of 120-minute games, penalty shootouts, and at the World Cup games are condensed, so he didn't have the time to relax in between games. He didn't have enough time, obviously, to get fully over it before he came back, and that he needs a bit more recovery time. I don't know, going forward, whether he'll need an extended period. And I don't mean in the immediate future, because it looks like he's back training today and he'll be available in a couple of weeks. But I mean, in the long term, I'm unsure if he's going to need an operation on it or if he's going to need an extended recuperation period. So we'll have to wait and see. But it seems like it's definitely something that Klopp was aware of, and he's not pulling the wool over Liverpool's eyes or trying to pull a fast one on the club. Screaming at Rhodes. There you go, Connor. Screaming at Rhodes. That was it. She was only 11. I'm not fucking touching that one, buddy. Not a hope am I touching that name. And it's also a phrase I never, ever, ever will be saying in my life again, ever. Red all over. I think that was that's used somewhere else. I think, Mickey. If memory serves me correct, I'm sure that's used somewhere else. The midweek agenda, said Mickey. Papa, oh, you're back. So yep. Let me just hang on, Pa, before you head off, buddy. There you go. Halfway to Paradise. I like that. It's a good name for a fucking album, actually. Halfway to Paradise. So maybe, Carl, maybe this is a sign, mate. Maybe you need to go start a band, make your first album, and we can call it Halfway to Paradise, because it's a good name. Joseph, mate, I am not. I promise that I will no longer use that gentleman's name in a derogatory manner, so I'm just going to bypass that one. Egghead, said Brad Cornwell. Brilliant, mate. I hope you came. I hope that was a team effort. I mean, I hope you and the other guys got together, worked on this, came up with the best you could do, and said, you know what, Egghead, that'll do. That's good. We can go with that one. Egghead. That's shit, mate. Honestly, shit. You should be disappointed with yourself. I'm fucking awfully disappointed in you. Egghead. Come on. You can do better, Brad. Come back to me with something better than that. Breaking news, Barca just offered 120 million for Ojo, 30 million in bonuses. It's believed that Liverpool laughed at the minor offer and flipped off Barcelona. DCB said, I've been working all week and I've just signed up. There you go, mate. Boom. Get in. Nice one. And thank you for joining as well. I love the fact that we can go on there now when we're not on a stream or we're not live, and we can, interact with each other, leave messages there, have a chat. And we're trying to work on more stuff. We had some brilliant suggestions the other day. We had a long call with Rod. Myself and Connor had a 2-hour call with Rod the other morning it was morning for me actually. So it wasn't actually morning. It was morning for this lazy fucker. But yeah, we had a long call with Rod to discuss a few things. Rod helped us out. We had some great suggestions. And we have some big ideas for the website. Ings look good for Southampton. Any Origi news, asks Johnny. Not that I've seen. But I fully believe that we will see Origi gone before this European transfer window closes. That's a weird fact, Connor. So Connor said, fun fact, we've had more people from Trinidad and Tobago visit the website than we've had from France and Germany put together. I often look at the statistics from our podcasts and just to see where in the world people are listening from. So just to give you guys a kind of taste of where our listeners come from, I'll do it in live time actually. I'll get the stats up here now so I can read them out honestly. So where's the stats on the podcast? There we go. Okay, so the listeners in our podcast come from fucking all over the world if I'm being honest, but the country lists are... Sorry, I'm just trying to get the distribution lists now. Statistics, trending platform, geography. Okay, there we go. So we're listening to mostly, and I'm sure this won't surprise you guys, 40% of our listeners come from the United Kingdom. So I'm sure that isn't a surprise to anybody. Second on our list, with 16%, is the United States. So the second most listened to country for us, or us in their country, is America. Ireland comes third, which I'm damn proud of course. Fourth is Australia. So Australia, we have 8% of our listeners come from Australia. Canada is next with 2.8%. Then Sweden, India, Norway, Germany, and where else have we got? France. I tell you, we've got listeners from literally everywhere. Iceland, France, Singapore, Spain, Denmark, New Zealand, UAE, Mexico, Thailand, Trinidad and Tobago, Kuwait, Holland, Malaysia, Nigeria, Czech Republic, Jamaica, Zimbabwe, Hong Kong, Israel, Brazil, Jersey, Italy, Switzerland, and of course we know who Jersey is. I already know who that is. Hungary, Nepal, Mauritius, China, Finland, Portugal, Cape Verde, Russia, Austria, Cyprus, Turkey. Apologies guys that I'm going on about these names, but Egypt, Fiji, Maldives, Belgium, Guernsey, Serbia, Japan, Kazakhstan, Zambia, Barbados, Croatia, Costa Rica, Ghana, Kenya, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Malta, Poland, Faroe Islands, Lebanon, Somalia, Tunisia, Ukraine, Uganda, Argentina, Aruba. The list goes on and on, guys. I could keep naming Pakistan, Oman, Albania, Uruguay, New Caledonia, for fuck's sake, New Caledonia. I mean, the list just keeps going. It's mental. It blows my mind that we get people listening to our stuff from all over the world. So thank you to everybody for all the support. It's brilliant. Joseph said, shit must tell the three lads in Perth to get on AA. Halfway here, said the Raptor. Or maybe halfway there. Is a good one as well. Trinidad and Tobago, my mate lived there, says Andre. It's nuts, honestly, mate. I could keep reading that list. I've only read about half the names from the list there. It just keeps going on, and it's mental to see where we get so many fucking listeners from. It's brilliant. I love it. I love thinking that somebody is in their gaff or driving along in their car in the Ukraine or in Malaysia, and they're listening to this idiot, or they're listening to Cash or Chris, somebody talking about Liverpool. It's amazing. It's worth more to us than anything else. Just knowing that we're in people's lives, or people are giving us the time of day. It's amazing. I can't tell you the feeling of satisfaction you get from looking at stats like that. Liverpool are growing big time in the USA, says Mickey Friars. I've no doubt about it, mate. And that's why I think if we ever do sign Christian Pulisic, then they'll just go through the roof, the numbers in the States. Is there any from Scunthorpe? Said the Raptor. Doesn't quite go that specific, mate. It's if you give me IP addresses, I can search them for you, but it doesn't quite break it down to Scunthorpe. Where's that one gone? Cass said, go on, it's interesting with the list. You better learn that tie 1 million subs overnight, said Eric. I think doesn't the Liverpool supporters page from Thailand have over 1 million subscribers or 1 million likes or something on Facebook? It's crazy. Even North Korea, the whole world is red. That's Borat, said Joseph. Connor said Craig's just naming all the countries he's been called an egg in. You're probably not far off, mate, so good, well in. Read all about it midweek from Paul as a suggestion. Halfway to Paradise. Connor's suggestion, I read that somewhere as a podcast name. I'm not a fan of that one personally. Dennis said, alright Craig, just sneak back on, the wife is fast asleep, just couldn't resist coming back on to watch my favourite channel. Oh, I love that, buddy. I love that you're pulling a fast one on the missus. Don't get caught though, because women kick our asses if we're caught. My wife is still chuffed about that fucking alarm that used to go off. She still gets a snigger out of that one. She was only telling her parents about it the other day, actually. Skipper Dog, welcome mate, great to have you back. Said sorry you missed the last few streams, I've been on a mad one the last few days. No need to apologise, mate. Hope you enjoyed yourself anyway. And no doubt with the Reds victory on Sunday, you'll have certainly added to your enjoyment over the weekend. We've had more fans than United at the 4-1 home game, said Mickey. But that's it. You guys are... I've named all these countries, I named all the listeners. Well, you guys are a big part of that. It's because of you guys helping us along the way, backing us up, supporting us, listening to our stuff, sharing our stuff. It's the reason why it's growing, so thank you guys as well. We wouldn't be in the position we're getting to without you absolute fucking legends. And on that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys, and don't forget to smash the thumbs up and give us a like. Did anybody see the thumbnail for the show today? What do you think? We're trying a few different things. So if anyone has seen the thumbnail of today's show, give us your opinion on it. Let me know what you think. Is there any specific style that you guys like or that you think we should be doing? Because we're always open to suggestion. I'm pretty sure we've always had loads of American fans, said Louis. But in fairness, Louis, we are growing in America rapidly, mate. As is football in general. So it's a big market, though. It's a big, big market. Lots of Egyptians at the Napoli match in Dublin, said Damo. There's a fair Egyptian community in Ireland, though, to be fair. Like there is quite a few, so which is brilliant. I love that Ireland's becoming so multicultural. It's great to see. Who has more fans worldwide, United or us? United will say that they do. If you're going off things like Facebook subscribers and stuff like that, then on paper it looks like United are a bigger club with regards to fans worldwide. But what I'd say is, show me anywhere in the world that Liverpool haven't gone and been absolutely fucking mobbed. The club is massive. United are a big club. We're not going to talk down about them and say they aren't. They're a massive club, but we are every bit as big. Liverpool Football Club are adored all around the world. Heard that the person who was selling the players' autographs has gotten reported for not reporting the income. Again, I don't know the gentleman, but the whole situation around Mo Salah is a fucking joke, to be fair, that he's getting so much stick over this. What he did with the phone was against the law, and if he receives his penalty points or his fine, then that's a police matter, but the rest of it can fuck off. It's ridiculous. Connor, cornflakes are absolutely not class, buddy. I repeat, cornflakes are most certainly not class. Is Keita the nearest thing to Iniesta? He's a different player to Iniesta, to be fair. He's more powerful than Iniesta is. I'd reckon he'd win the ball back more than Iniesta as well, but he does have good feet. Don't change the winning formula, long live AA. Yeah, Joseph said, remember the Aussie match? It was the Melbourne Cricket Ground, wasn't it? The MCG. 100,000 people or something there, and that version of You'll Never Walk Alone was absolute quality. It was brilliant. Never ever forget that. Brilliant rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone. Mickey said, Craig and Skype call-in shows planned. We'll definitely be getting you guys on 100%, and it won't be on Skype. We use a more stable platform than Skype for our internet calls, but yeah, we will definitely be getting you guys in after games for reaction shows and stuff. We're just still making sure the software is working properly, and it is, to be fair. I think we're right on that one. So yeah, maybe we will arrange 3 or 4 of you guys to come on after the Palace game. So anybody who would, maybe get in contact with us. We'll start off with people that are Blues banners, actually, if that's okay, just because we know that the people with Blues banners are people that we've known for a long time. So any of the members on the website, actually, you can tag people, can't you, on the website? Or I'll post on the website, and anybody who wants to come on or would be willing to come on after the Palace match for, to share their views with us, respond to that on the website. That's the best way of doing this. So I'll put up a post on the website just saying anybody who wants to come on, respond to this, and if you're a member on there, just go on, respond to it, and we'll try to sort you out for the Palace game. The midweek AA meeting. Yeah, we tried that. We thought about playing on the whole AA thing before, but we just thought it was too mean if we did it. What do I think of PED? Performance enhancing drugs, is that what you're talking about? Just confirm for me, Johnny, if that is what you're talking about, mate, or I've completely missed something here. Skipper Dog said Liverpool are massive at the match in Ireland. The amount of young kids supporting Liverpool was great to see. It honestly, mate, it was my favourite thing about that entire day. I said that to Connor at the time. If I took anything away from that day, it was the smiles on the kids' faces and how happy the parents were as well, that their kids got to see their heroes and that the heroes performed on the day and banged in a shit ton of goals for them. So it was brilliant. It was great to see so many kids at the game, happy, smiling, going home, having dreams about being a Liverpool player and dreaming about Mo Salah scoring and stuff like that. It's what it's all about. Damo said, I reckon Salah is so humble and forgiving that he'll use his influence to get the autograph seller a real job. Dude is just class, as you said, Damo. He's a wonderful human being and a perfect example to kids all over the world, or us men. Perfect example to any human being. As you said, he's so humble. We could all learn a lot from the way he treats people. Excuse me, guys, my voice is going here. Jesus, I didn't realise we'd so many cornflake lovers in the chat here. Jesus, I hate them, if I'm being honest. Not a fan of them at all. Oh, PED off Ball Street, the Everton man. No idea who he is. Haven't got a clue. Don't watch any of Ball Street stuff. Don't watch any other content. I've said this before on YouTube. I haven't got time. I listen to podcasts, but I don't watch anything on YouTube. Best cereal, asks Connor. Mate, I've had fucking ferocious arguments with people over cereal. We did half a podcast one day talking about cereals. It was supposed to be about Liverpool, but it ended up going on about cereals. There's so many out there. Crunchy nut clusters is probably my one. What else do I like? I like a good muesli as well, I have to say. A good tropical fruit muesli. But crunchy nut clusters are the king for me. Mickey said, the amount of kids at Anfield last Tuesday and the Bury game was amazing. The future of the club is safe. Well said, Mickey, well said. Do you think Mane will score more than Salah this year, asks Johnny. Again, a conversation me and Connor have had very recently. I would like to see them fight it out. It would be great, and I don't mean fight it out as in the fighting side of things, but I'd like to see them battle it out to see who can get more. It'd be brilliant. Hopefully they both go in excess of 30, which would be amazing. How do those captive thumbs downers keep managing to do 2 each when we let them out for a piss? There's always going to be haters, buddy, on the channel, whether they're other clubs fans or whether they're people that just don't like me. Fuck them. Just ignore them. Where are we at with thumbs up though, guys? I'm going to do another 15 minutes and then I'm going to call it a night. We'll be past 2.5 hours then, so a long ass stream. So where are we with the thumbs up? I was going to say thumbs down, but where are we with the thumbs up? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. If you're new to the chat or you're just joining us, thank you very much. Don't forget thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you can, please. LFC Golden Generation are rising. Cheers to the kids, says Eric. Cocoa Pops or Cheerios or Honey Cheerios. My kids love Honey Cheerios actually, Connor, to be fair. 113 from the wrap, but that's class. Nice. 113. So we've 15 minutes to go. Let's aim for 1 a minute. So will we get 130? Let's see if we can hit 130 before we head off tonight's stream. So anybody that hasn't yet hit the thumbs up button, you've still got time, guys. You've still got time to be part of the solution. Junior makes a great point, and something that again myself and Connor have had a conversation about is Mane could be really proud and get a boost from wearing that number 10 shirt, and I genuinely believe that's true. I really believe that he will get a lift from that number 10 shirt. Cask said last one to subscribe's a mank, which is a fair shout. So if you're watching now and you haven't subscribed and you're not already subscribed to the channel, then you know he's calling you a mank. He's calling you out. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to be the last one. You don't want to be called a mank. The kids are so lucky to start the LFC family. Yeah, to be at the start of their Liverpool journey as well. I mean, hopefully the kids will never see the fucking hard days like we did. Hopefully they'll never have to live through having the Emu as manager again. Squism said 2.5 hours, you legend. I remember when YouTube only allowed 10 minutes per clip. Jesus Christ. I would have had to have put up fucking 18 clips or something a night. The midweek solution from Far Isle, which is a good show. Mickey said the club shop is always full of kids. Love it in there. My two boys spend hours in there. Yeah, they've really upped the game, in fairness, in the club shops. It's so much better than it used to be. The amount of merch you can get in there now is brilliant, whether it be signed merchandise, jerseys, fashion stuff, cups, mugs, the usual stuff. It's brilliant. They have a great choice. Joseph said, still think the number 7 means more. Would love who's no Mo, I think you meant to say, sorry, to get it. Number 7's a big shirt at Liverpool, to be fair, as is 8, and I'm glad Naby Keita has it because I think he's the right person to have it. But you know what, being fair to Millie, he's done that number 7 shirt justice. He's been excellent. Be interesting to see though if James Milner does move on, perhaps who takes that shirt. I don't think Mo will take it because I think he'd be quite happy with what he has. Same with Firmino, same with Mane now, so it would be interesting to see who may fill in that shirt. Dennis said, are you watching the boxing match on YouTube, Craig? My sons keep telling me about it. Oh, no, is the answer. I know who it is. It's Logan Paul and that KSI, and I've no idea who KSI is, to be honest. I've heard of Logan Paul before. I don't know him. What I do know is that isn't the guy True Geordie, I believe, isn't he doing the commentary on it or something live? And he's brilliant. He's an absolute legend. I'm so happy to see that he's got to where he's got to. He's brilliant at what he does, so lots of love for him. But the other two, not my thing. I don't know much about them, but I know that they're doing massive fucking numbers. That much I do know, but no, I won't be watching it. Absolutely not. But what we will be watching on here, I'm doing a watch along of, will be the Conor McGregor versus Khabib fight. I know it's October 6th, but we're going to do a watch along of that on this channel, and I hope you guys can join us for that one because it's looking like it's going to be one hell of a fucking fight. Joseph said, plug that merch, Craig. I wasn't plugging our merch, to be fair. I was plugging the club's merch, not ours. With Klopp as our manager, the superstars in our team, our attacking style of play, our fans and their songs spreading all over flat earth via social media, I can see our fan base exploding. Absolutely. And with success does come more of the problems that we spoke about, though, with regards to tickets and stuff. But you want success, so these are just unfortunate things that come along with success. Yeah, I do like True Geordie, said Dennis. He's a ledge. He's an absolutely top fella. I love what he does. I love that he's got to where he's got to. Nothing but love for the dude. Connor said True Geordie is just a B-Tech Craig, really. Nah, to be fair, Connor, I know you love him as well. He's brilliant. You put me onto him, actually, Connor, to be fair. Great guy. Delighted that he's reached 1 million subs. We're gonna win the league. Come on, the Reds, said Lennon Barrett. Loving the positivity tonight, guys. I'm fucking loving it. I'm sending me off here on a buzz, like, after tonight's stream. Last night's stream, I went off really downhearted after the whole incident with the subscribers, but tonight I'm going off on a high, so thank you for that one, guys. 10 minutes to go. Still time to have a bit of a laugh. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys, and hit that thumbs up. Give us a like before the stream ends. DCB, mate, heading off. Good night from Glasgow, sir. Good night to you. Go get 40 winks, and we'll talk to you very soon. Gerard said, or is it Gerard? Excuse me, Gerard. I'm Gerard in the fucking brain, mate. Sorry. Gerard said, Craig, what do you think about the link saying Liverpool in talks to sign a pre-contact with Rabiot in January? Good signing if true. Absolutely, mate. If it is true, great signing. Really good player. Obviously a fan of what we're doing at Liverpool as well, because I mentioned last night, and I'm sure a lot of you know, during our run last year in the Champions League, Rabiot was posting pictures of Anfield with love hearts and stuff. So he dug what the fans were doing there and the atmospheres. It would be amazing if we got him on a free contract. He would be a perfect person to come in and be maybe a long-term replacement for James Milner. Excellent footballer. Dude's gonna have to get a fucking haircut though before he comes. None of this hippie stuff at Liverpool. You need short hair. That's just obviously from this egg. I just like short hair. But look, on a serious note, he's a really good footballer. I love him at Liverpool. I'm always a bit pessimistic when you're seeing stuff like that. Whether it's him and his agent trying to get a better contract from PSG. You've seen how United were played recently by Diego Godin and his agent. So look, if it's true, it will be an amazing piece of business. If he goes elsewhere, whoever gets him is getting an excellent footballer, and if he stays at PSG, then they're keeping hold of a really good footballer. But either way, yeah, I really like him at Liverpool, and he's quality, absolutely quality, and still really young as well. I think he's only like 23 or 24. LFC Dalek said, Craig Johnson, love watching him play. Our first Aussie. Didn't he invent the Predator football boot as well? Or at least have a massive part to play with inventing the Adidas Predator football boot. Junior, mate, good night, buddy. I will talk to you very soon, and thank you for joining us. Jay Kismet said, fans need to unite online. Too much bickering within the fan base, and other clubs just sit there and laugh. Mate, you know what? I'm with you. I'm fully with you. And that's one of the reasons why we started this whole project. It started out as a podcast, and the podcast was, just because we like making content, like chatting about the Reds. But when me and Connor sat down and thought about how we could push this whole thing on, and why we wanted to push it on, what kept coming up in our conversations was pretty much what you're saying there. There's too much of a divide at times between fans, whether it be over tickets, disagreements about where we're going, disagreements about the players, disagreements with the starting 11, refereeing decisions, whatever the hell it might be. We wanted to try and unify fans, bring Liverpool people together, let them all see that we want the same thing, let people know that whether you're in Australia, America, Ireland, Liverpool, wherever the fuck you're from, your love for the club isn't judged here. You're only welcomed here, and we want you here. We want you to share our highs, our lows. We want you to get to know the people in the chat. We want you to touch base with Reds all around the world. And that's why Anfield Agenda moved past being a podcast onto YouTube, now the website anfieldagenda.com and all that type of stuff as well. We keep bashing it home, but I want you guys to know we're deadly serious. This is a community thing. We want to bring Reds together. If we wanted to make money from this, there's fucking easier ways of doing it, trust me. We could have taken some of the sponsorship opportunities we had in the past as well, but it's never been about that. It's about creating a product that we can all be proud of, that everybody feels ownership and a part of, and we push that forward and we grow, and we're all out there then trying to recruit new people in and spreading the word about us, and just trying to gather momentum and push this thing along to stop exactly what you're talking about, mate. Bringing people together, not tearing them apart. That's what this is about. I love the fact that, and people have commented on it before, you look at our chat night after night after night, there's fuck all arguments, there's fuck all disagreements. Yes, you get the odd troll, but that's YouTube, that's going to happen. Mainly it's full of people who may have varied opinions on Liverpool, but talk about them in a respectful manner, are open about themselves, their lives and their opinions, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So I like to think that people have made friends on here. I like to think that we have touched people's lives in some small way, and it means a lot to us that we're here every night with you guys, and that's what this is about. That's what we're going to do with this going forward. That's why we're not going to let it die, and that's why none of these pricks that come on and call me an egg or slag off the channel or anything like that will ever get to us, because we're doing it for you guys, not for those fuckers. Talk on with hope. Anthony, suggestion for the podcast name? Liverpool, I know, are going to have another good Champions League run. Yeah, we are. We're suited for Champions League football, Dennis. And as somebody pointed out earlier on, Klopp loves to unleash a bit of fucking mayhem. And yeah, we're suited for it. Jared said, Twitter especially is poison. Too many agendas and keyboard warriors, mostly pushed by rival fans. Yeah, I've had a love-hate relationship with Twitter. Oh, by the way, I've taken my account off private for today just to try and get as many people in contact with as many people as possible. So if anyone does want to contact me on Twitter on the new account, or give me a follow or whatever on there, or touch base, I'll put the username into the chat now. So it's at CopJaffer _ LFC. So CopJaffer _ LFC. If anybody wants to give me a follow on there, or just call me an egg on Twitter even. My account will be going back on private in a couple of hours, to be fair. So if you want to jump on there and give me a follow or whatever, or get in touch, it's at CopJaffer _ LFC. And Connor's is at ConArtist LFC as well. So if you want to drop Connor a follow, which I seriously suggest do, because Connor's much more active on there than I'll be, if I'm being honest. And Connor's the creative one of this relationship. Not that this is a fucking relationship, but you know where I'm coming from. So yeah, drop Connor a follow as well. Connor puts out some great content on there as well. Connor said it was tough turning down that £1 million offer from Babe Station. It was, mate. It was. I mean, I could have done this all night. You know that. I could have sat there on that rug in my, leopard skin thong going. Yeah, we could have definitely done that. But that million would have came in handy, Connor. You're right. It was tough to turn it down. Exactly. What are we sitting on a fan gold mine with Klopp, and we've over 700,000 fans worldwide and grown, and it's about time we take the crown as the top team in England with the best fans. The Reds mean more, and you and Connor have, what's that? The Reds mean more, and you always have your hand, Connor. Oh, okay. For Babe Station, I get you now. Dennis said, I feel sorry for the trolls who've nothing more to do than troll other people for being better than them. It makes me sick, but we'll just have to ignore them. It's the best thing to do. You're right, it is. They're obviously lacking something in their own lives, whether it be attention, love, whatever the fuck it is. They're just projecting that onto us, so leave them to it. Raymond the Egg is the only egg on Twitter, mate. That's a picture I never wanted to see. Well, you've seen it now. So tough titties Turkleton. In slow motion, we can high five. High five! That was fucking weird, said Connor. Well, that's what you get on here, mate. You get weird when you hire the egg. When the egg gets wheeled out, you get weird. What's your babe station name, Craig? Chalupa is my babe station name. Definitely Chalupa. Chalupa Batman. And I hope somebody gets that reference. If anyone gets that reference, you're an absolute legend. Guys, what do we get? I'm gonna call it a night, guys, but I just want to see if anybody gets that Chalupa Batman reference before I do. Craig would definitely be a crystal. Yeah, a high class bird. I get where you're coming from, Connor. But I wouldn't. I'd be Chalupa, as I've said. You doing alright, Craig? Said David, mate. I could be having a bit of a meltdown, David. You're right. This could be an alternative reality. I don't know what I'm at here. You have me there. Nobody gets the Chalupa Batman reference now? Dennis said, okay, thanks for another good podcast, Craig. These are streams, buddy. The podcasts are the audio stuff that we do. And tomorrow night will be a new one, so keep an eye out for that. I will, of course, be on here the usual time of around 9:45 tomorrow for the stream, but we'll be recording our brand new podcast tomorrow, which we'll be putting out tomorrow, well, on YouTube probably the day after, if I'm being honest, but on the podcast apps it'll go out tomorrow. Before we finish up, don't forget to go on to anfieldagenda.com and sign up for your free membership. Lots and lots of fun stuff going on there. Connor has a quiz up there as well for you guys to take and see if you can beat other people's scores and see who the real fucking legend is. I'm shit at them, but I'm going to pretend. I'm one of these people that does quizzes 20 times and then when they eventually get them all right starts boasting about it. So yeah, do that. If you're watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Did we reach that 130 target? I dread to ask the question, but did we hit it? Someone please do let me know. What else have we got? Good night, lad, says Gerard. I'm back, I couldn't sleep, said Will. I know that feeling, mate. I've been in that show many times. Great show, mate. Looking forward to seeing you with a wig. You'll see that wig, I'm telling you. I'm going to buy a panda head as well when I'm in Orlando. There's one I should have bought last year and I'll be bringing it back this year. And I promised Connor that I'd do a stream in a panda head. 119, so we can hit 120 before we head off. Somebody hit that one like there to get us to 120 and we can go off with a nice round number. So for 121, there you go, boom. So for anyone that didn't get the Chalupa Batman reference, it comes from a show called The League, which is an absolutely hilarious show on Netflix, and it's American fantasy football based show, but the fantasy football doesn't really take up much of the show. It's a comedy show. I'd urge you all to watch it if you like comedy. Just simply called The League. It's brilliant, really good comedy. I love it. I think if you like my sense of humour, then you'll love it. So just a quick suggestion, and that's where Chalupa Batman came from. So yeah. So where are we now? I'm gonna say goodnight, guys. I'm absolutely cream crackered. So once again, don't forget to sign up anfieldagenda.com. Don't forget to sub if you haven't already done so. I was gonna say don't forget to stick your finger up, but that isn't quite where I was going with this one. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and thank you to everybody again for joining us tonight. It was great fun once again. It always is. And we'll talk to you tomorrow on Up the Motherfucking Reds.